Okay. 1, 2, you know how it is. Good morning. Hello. Happy Sunday. Checking the sound. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 12. Gotta check. Sorry if there's some feedback real quick. Okay. Good to go. My girlfriend said it is not proper etiquette to chew gum on stream, so I'm not chewing it. Oh, I need some more. Sweet. All right. We should be good to go. Morning. Sound, video, good on this sound? Perfect. Good morning. Happy Sunday, or good afternoon. It's 12, so it's the afternoon. Some people wake up late. It's okay. Sometimes you gotta have the lazy day. Reset for the week. But hello. Happy Stationary Sunday. How is everybody? How was your guys' week? How was your guys' weekend? What have you guys been up to? I'd love to know. I'm gonna sit here and just listen for a minute. Is everybody doing good? Because that's important. And we got chat working fine now too, right? So, that's a pretty big deal. I don't know. I really don't know what happened before with the chat. It was really annoying to fix, by the way. I have so many stupid widgets and plugins that I need to go through and start deleting a bunch of them. But we got it to work, and yeah, doing good. Weekend needs to be longer. Tell me about it. It's just not enough. We need 3-day weekends at least, minimum. France does it, or Sweden, and their happiness rating is through the roof. So we can do it too, right? Come on. Why can't we have a 3-day weekend? And then Sundays come. Popping in for a quick hello. Hello, Teresa. Hello. How are you? Hope you're having a great weekend. Happy Stationary Sunday. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. But so yesterday, I woke up, right? Went to the gym, and then out of nowhere, I was like, you know what? I gotta do what I gotta do. And I had a really big impulse. It was very impulsive what I did. And I got a new tattoo. Just out of nowhere. So I went to the shop that I've gotten my other tattoos at, and I was like, hey, you have an appointment? You have open schedule today? He's like, yeah, be here at 8:30. I'm like, all right, 8:30 p.m. Sounds good. I'll be there. Hung out with him for 2 hours, and he gave me my tattoo. And this is it. You ready? I like it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it too much. Hold on. Yeah, I might need to do the top-down view. Ready? Let me just put it right here. Put this right over here. Spread you out. There we go. Got the chats up and going. But yeah, ready? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if you can see it super well, but it's like a bottle with a paper airplane inside and some clouds. And I got it. Sorry for the redness if you're a little squeamish about this kind of stuff. I just got it yesterday, so it's still a little puffy and red and whatnot. But very excited, very happy with the size, very happy with the line work. I always get thinner lines on my tattoos now, just because I always in case the lines get blown out, which sometimes they do. My skin isn't always the best when it comes to tattoos. It looks a lot better. So I was super happy with it. And little by little, we're building up a little sleeve here. We'll have another patch here, something in the top, then we're gonna get the back of my forearms, and I think just my arms. I think we're gonna stick to just and probably my leg, and then maybe in 20 years my hand. So a lot might change in the future. It could be I could have a lot of tattoos. Yeah, I still haven't even told my mom about this. I remember when I got this tattoo, my dad is like, can you stop, please? Can you just stop getting tattoos? I'm like, Dad, this is me. This is my expression. And he's like, you know it's gonna last forever, right? I'm like, all right, I want to be a cool ass fucking 55-year-old, 60-year-old old man. with tattoos. All right, no regrets here. Thankfully, all the tattoos that I've gotten, I've never had like that, like tattoo remorse, because that's a big thing. If you're ever getting a tattoo, make sure you know what tattoo you're getting, and you at least have an idea of what you like and what you don't like, because there's nothing worse. It's like tattoo remorse is almost as bad as buyer's remorse, except actually it's worse. It's 10 times worse because you can't really get rid of it, and if you do decide to get rid of it, it hurts a lot. Like, it's a lot worse than the tattoo. Oh my god, this one goes up here to my, like, the inside of my elbow. Dude. Oh my god, it felt... I was sweating on my upper lip. Alright? I was sweating. Like, my hands were sweaty. The top of my lip was sweaty. I was like, alright, like, you know, it's a part of the quirk, but... Jesus, dude, that fucking hurt. I've never been brave enough to get a tattoo. I mean, it really isn't bad if you get it in like in a part, like your arm, the top of your arm, maybe parts of your back, as long as it's not the ribs, the hands, the head, or anything where it bends and a crevice. It's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. The foot is really bad, you know. Feet, terrible. Hands, terrible. Head, terrible. Face, terrible. Like, the people that get the knuckles done on the knuckles, apparently, like, that's the worst pain. So don't recommend those, but a nice little, like, tattoo, like, in the top of your neck or something like that, they're not that bad. Think of it like, more like commitment issues. Yeah, see, that, you definitely don't, you don't want to have that when you get a tattoo. Because there's really no going. I mean, you can't stop the guy midway, be like, all right, stop, I changed my mind. Like, no, now you just have lines. Like, you have to keep going. You have to see it through. You're not going to leave with a half-done piece. The anticipation of pain is much worse than the actual pain, in my opinion. Yeah. I guess once you have a few little ones and you kind of get used to it, you know what to expect. My first one, when I didn't expect anything, and it was by far my most painful tattoo, and that's because my artist was garbage. So, you know. But there's plenty of artists that use, like, numbing cream sometime if you're really, really, like, you know, if you're getting a really big detailed piece, or sometimes they'll do some numbing spray or some numbing cream. Some artists don't. Some people are, like, have, like, a cathartic release through the pain. I hate the pain. I hate the tattoo pain, but I get through it just because I really like tattoos. But I hate the process, and I hate the healing process. It takes, like... Before you can really do anything, it takes like a solid week before you can really like start going back to the gym, start like flexing the skin and like moving it too much. You have to keep cleaning it. But that's why I don't like really, really big pieces. I can't imagine the healing process on a really big piece, like a whole sleeve. Done in like one session. Like, oh my God, I feel like the healing would take forever. But yeah, so, you know, that was a little impulsive of me, but here we are with another tattoo, little by little. I'm seeing my mom in a little bit, so next week or so. She's gonna be like, Brian, another one? What is wrong with you? I'll be like, Mom, I can still be professional with a tattoo, I promise. You know, that's really the biggest worry, is like, oh, that's just some, you know, you're in a gang. Gangs have, she's very old school. It's like, it's only gang members that have like tattoos. I'm like, Mom, like, I'm part of the stationary gang. Like, come on, what are we doing? A few shots of tequila seems like it would help the pain too. Yeah, 100%. There's plenty of people. You're not supposed to. Don't get me wrong, because having alcohol like will like thin your blood and you'll bleed a lot more during your tattoo. But plenty of people like get somewhat tipsy before a tattoo. I'm sure it helps plenty. Can I get tequila without the tat? So yeah, you know, that was my weekend. Fun stuff. I really feel like the weekend was just zooming by. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, just 22 is literally right around the corner, right? Like, it's just, we're here already. And I'm seeing everybody buy their 22 planners, and like, I'm getting like a pit in my stomach with how fast we're going in time right now. Does it just go faster as we get older? Because I swear as a kid, my summers lasted a great amount of time. now. Jesus. All right. So. Oh, you know what else happened yesterday? That I was fucking bummed. I recorded 2 videos. I recorded a What's in My Pencil Bag for 2021. And I recorded the Archer and Olive video. Right? They were each like half an hour long. So I spent like an hour. I was gonna say an hour and 20 minutes recording both of them. My dumb ass wasn't recording the top view camera. Like nothing. For both videos. They didn't record shit. You don't understand the devastation that you feel when you have you're like, yes, that is a good video, that is the take, and you don't get any of the footage from the top cam. And I was just like contemplating my life. I'm just like, I don't even used to do this, like, and I have to redo it. So it seems like more natural. And they were good videos. Like, it was streamlined, it was well explained. And, I was doing a lot of like visual stuff with the top cam, and I wasn't recording. And wow. I don't even know what to say. It was so frustrating to lose that. And that's like the 3rd time that's happened. That happened with the Trufe video too, where I had to reshoot that. It's pretty demoralizing. I'm gonna be honest. It sucks ass. But I think after today's stream, I'm going to try to re-record those so I can release them, put them out on YouTube. Because I know the Archer and Olive, it's going to be a different Archer and Olive unboxing for this one. Because by now, my box came so late. So many people already had their unboxings. But I am going to talk a few things that I was talking about, like in the video, was, like what you would expect from a subscription box. It was a rough box. Why was it a rough box? What I didn't like, what they could improve, stuff like that. So it isn't completely an unboxing. It's more of like a mini review. So sorry, that sucks. Yeah, it sucked. It sucked. But it's fine. It's fine. There's the yin and the yang. I got my sub box. No more FOMO for me. What do you think, Telcana? Do you like the stuff in it? Did you open it? Did you use any of the goodies? Is this your first box, by the way? I think it is, right? Did you like what was in it? Was it cool? Are you going to keep doing it? Is the better question. Based off of this box, are you going to keep subscribing to the Archer and Olive box? Because, to be fair, it is only every 3 months. But $75 is still $75, whenever it is, Because I don't know, I like it. Yeah, this is my first box. Not sure I'll use everything, but it's well worth the $70. Okay, all right, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed the box. It is. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's the best introductory box. For somebody who's just getting into the subscription, but it was nice. There was a few little hidden gems in there. I really am impressed with the quality of the notebooks. Like, they've definitely upped their quality, behind the scenes, like real ding. Started using one of the little books yesterday. It's a tea coffee review log. That is awesome. That is so cool. I'd actually really, like to see that if you ever wanted to share. Yeah, please show that in the Discord. That's awesome. I don't know what I'm going to use my little ones for. I definitely know I'm going to use the white little one for something, because the way that worked with fountain pens, I was very impressed. I was very happy. Definitely going to be doing that. But okay, so, we talked a little bit. I'll share when I get a few pages done. Perfect. I can't wait to see it. So today's stream is a little different. It is stationary, but it's not stationary. Because today we are going to be redoing my tier list. And if you don't know what a tier list is, it's kind of just a grade S through D. How do I join your Discord? Oh, you can do the Discord commands. Discord, boop. And you can join that, accept the invitation, and you're Gucci. Idle Snacks, you're good to go. Oh, I've been thinking of starting a T-Log too. I'd love to see yours when it's done. Yeah, please. Hi, Kina. Hello. Welcome. Happy Sunday. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. You know, Washi, like the Washi Bean, she's been drinking a lot of tea lately. So I'm sure she would love to see your guys as like trackers. Because, you know, she sent me a picture yesterday of something that was in the Hobonichi that I didn't even realize was in the Hobonichi, and it's the 100 list. I don't even have a Hobonichi with me. There's a 100 list in the back of every Hobonichi. Is it cousin or weeks? I didn't even get to see it for myself, but I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. That sounds pretty cool. I don't know what I'm gonna track up to 100, but I know I saw people tracking like their books. Even maybe like a little tea log, coffee log would be pretty cool to use that 100 list for. But okay. So, about a year ago, I want to say, it's been about a year, I made a video called the notebook and journal like tier list, right? And from there, we ranked all of the most commonly used notebooks and journals for bullet journaling, from grades S to D, D being the worst, S being top tier, S tier, best tier, you know? But a lot has changed. A lot has changed since that. I feel like back then I was just a baby, you know, a baby finally coming into the world of stationery. Don't get me wrong, I had played with a lot of notebooks before then, but there's so much there. It's deeper now, you know. It's a spiritual understanding now. It's a lot deeper, right? So we're gonna redo them. We're gonna redo the stationery tier list. Beezies, hello, happy Sunday. How are you? I'm glad you're here. What's up? So yeah, we're gonna be redoing that list, and if you guys do use one of these notebooks, you know, we're gonna make the best case possible for them. I'm gonna do a little bit of pros and cons, you know, a little bit. I'm alive, so things are good. Same. I mean, you know, lucky to say that, you know, things are good because of that. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're here. But yeah, I think it would just be funny to redo it. Maybe every other year I can redo it, but a lot has, like, my whole style of journaling period has just changed in 2021 so much. Like the tools that I use, what I'm looking for in a notebook now, the variation of brands, and like the coming back into this stuff, you know. Things are going to change. And opinions are going to change. Some good, some bad. But I thought it'd be fun to do it together and see if you guys could argue some points, or maybe some things that I'm not seeing. Because I just think it would be a better little community thing. Because everybody has different experiences with different books. And the way they plan and the way they journal, and some books fit different styles better. So stuff like that. So in today's video, the endless options are part of the fun. So let's get to it. All right, cool. So the ones that we have here, all right, I'm telling you, I'm gonna read off the ones that we have that we're going to be re-ranking again. So we have the Archer and Olive, we have the Amanda Rach Lee, we have the Amazon Basic Notebook, the Artist Loft, Claire Fontaine, the Clever Fox Journal, the Clever Fox Journal, the Composition Notebook, Dingbats, Field Notes, Hobonichi, Lenome, Lordship, Littlemore Notebook, a Macy Lane & Co., a Midori Notebook, a Traveler's Journal, a Minimalism Book, Moleskin, Muji, Northbooks, Notebook Therapy, a Nuna, a Poluma, a Paperage, a Rhodia, and Scribbles That Matter, a Stalogy, and a Strathmore sketchbook. Those still stand pretty. Yeah, no, these still stand pretty pretty like the most used bullet journals or the notebooks that people use for their planning. So I tried to do a little bit more research, and maybe there was a notebook or something I hadn't heard of, but I tried to include the notebooks that I have personal experience with. I have like 97% of these notebooks. I think maybe there's one where I actually physically don't own it, but other than that, I own all of these books. I've played with all of them. I have used them all, and specifically because I want to make review videos of them. So it's time to make the 2021 notebook journal tier list video. All right, this time it's a community process though. Was there any that you guys know of that I should have included? Is there anything I should have included that you guys don't see here? Because I tried to include all of them, like the most common ones. Obviously, there's new paper brands coming out every single day. I'm not gonna be able to do all of them. But I think I covered bases. I think I covered most of the bases. We'll see. Hold on. Let me go here. And then here. All right. We ready? Are these only bullet journal type notebooks? Most of them are going to be dotted. This video was more like directed towards bullet journaling in general. So yeah, sort of like I didn't want to include planners, like the Happy Planner and stuff like that. That's a whole different beast, and I don't want the planner moms to come after me because I don't know too much about planners. I've used the ARC system from Staples. I've used Happy Planners. I actually really like Happy Planners. I guess now I'm using the Hobonichi planners. Like disc bound planners, not really my thing, but I did try them for a while. I'm trying to think what other planner system is out there that I may or may not have used. I've never used the Erin Condren. The Erin Condren planners, or that system. I haven't even touched it. I know a lot of people swear and die by that system. That's a good system that people really love. Planning systems. What else? Lurk. Taking y'all to the grocery store. Yay! I love a grocery store trip. Enjoy your lurk. Is there a group food trip? Woo! I don't even know what I'm gonna eat today, to be honest. I'm hungry. Maybe some wings. I could do some chicken wings today. Chicken wings sound pretty great today. But okay, so I don't really know a lot about planners. Planners are its whole own different beast. The most I've planned using a planner has been maybe 3 months, maybe. And I specifically use that kind of for like my content creation planning, so it wasn't too wild. So let's begin. Okay, let us begin with dun 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 dun. All right, this is the Amanda Rach Lee notebook. Right here. This first one is the Amanda Rach Lee notebook. Now, my first picture was a Fila. I'd say that's a good one to start since it's cheap and comes with things like fine liners. See, I've never heard of Fila before. Let me see. Oh. See, I really have never heard of it. It comes with fine liners, and it comes with stencils or stickers. Oh man, I haven't used most of these. That's fine. If you've heard anything, if you haven't, it's totally cool. Okay, so we're starting with the Amanda Rach Lee notebook. Now, in my video, there was a bunch of things that I liked and I didn't like. One of the things being I felt like it met the standard, right? Like the standard being like the Lordstroms and the scribbles that matter. They were definitely thicker pages for the Amanda Rach Lee. I got the Oopsie planner or something, and that was, that had some printing mistakes. But in general, she does have notebooks that are completely empty and they don't have the designed doodles and stuff in them. In general, It's not a bad notebook. It's thick. It had like the faux vegan leather cover. I really like the designs on the outside. It was like her doodles. It comes in a bunch of colors. But it was just that, you know. It could have been any and every notebook that I feel is out right now. Or like, you know, when you recommend a book to somebody, this could be up there. This could be up there. I don't know. I'm actually going to compare my tier list, right, that I made back a year ago to the one we're making today. But I'm going to put this one B. It's not bad. It's good. All right. So S tier is amazing. You know, top tier A is like, it's really, really good. B is good. C is like, all right, it's not that great. D tier is like, okay, stay away from D tier. You don't want to do D tier. But I'll put it right in the middle. Right smack in the middle. It's like, yeah, you know, like if you had it and you're starting your first bullet journal, it's not a bad notebook to start off with. And comparatively in price, if I remember correctly, let's see. It's definitely not the cheapest. It's $26 to buy a dotted notebook right now from Amanda Rachley. So it really isn't the most affordable, you know, considering you can buy like Lordstrom's for like $17, $15. You can buy Moleskines for $15 to $20. Like, I would consider Amanda Rachley's notebook luxury brand, like a luxury journal. So for the price, bang for your buck, I'm gonna leave it at B. The next one is the Amazon Basics notebook, which is really good. I genuinely enjoy it. The Amazon Basics notebook, let me see, basic. I remember liking it because it really wasn't that expensive. And I feel like Amazon's really, really good at like copying other brands for way cheaper, like significantly cheaper. So the Amazon Basics Classic Notebook is $8. It's $8. And I would compare it something to a Moleskine, or, you know, it's a hardcover. On the outside, the paper quality is pretty decent. It's not, you know, it is fountain pen friendly, arts and craftsies. It's not bad. It really isn't bad. I would put that next to B tier too. I can't be mad at an $8 notebook that provides the quality that it does. I didn't even know Amazon made a notebook. Yeah. I promise you, whatever is out there, like whatever you see out there, Amazon has made an Amazon Basics version of it. They've like copied everything, right? But when I use the Amazon Basics notebook, I actually used the notebook for notes in school. I thought it was pretty good. It really was. For the price, $8. You know, it's hard to find other ones here that are as expensive. So they made all kinds of random stuff. Yeah, there's so many Amazon Basic stuff. so many basics. So many things that they make. And they just kind of rip off the big brands, make it cheaper, still good quality. I honestly don't have a problem with Amazon Basics. I think they do really good. They even have a fountain pen. I didn't know that. I did not know that. That's awesome. I had no idea. Okay. Now, Archer and Olive. Archer and Olive. So things have changed. Things have changed for me. A little bit. If you guys don't know, I'm kind of an Archer and Olive whore. I've always been, you know, Archer and Olive #1 fan. But I love the brand I have now, plus the paper's excellent and it's a bucket load cheaper. The Midori. Yes, yeah, Amy. So we actually have that. We're gonna be talking about that too. The Midori MD, like I have an A5 that I'm actually using right now for like my content creation. It's pretty good. It really is pretty good. I might change where that is on the list because I genuinely like the cream paper. It's super like good with fountain pens. So we'll get to it. It's here. Don't worry, Amy. It's here. My eyes are sleepy today. Do you have the GLP Tomoe River paper notebook on this list somewhere? No, actually, I do not. I might have to add that. Don't let me forget Evergreen. I might have to add that. Because, like, really, Tomoe River paper, I tried to just kind of include one or two notebooks in general that carried, like, the Tomoe River paper. So when I talk about Tomoe River paper in general, I guess I would be speaking in terms of, like, the Hobonichi. So I didn't include too many, Tomoe River paper exclusive notebooks or journals. Hey, Zainab, what's up? Happy Sunday. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so Archer and Olive. So... I was a really big Archer and Olive fan. I still am. Those are nice. My husband turned me onto those. I have to check it out. Fan of Mindoro. Oh. Mindoro? Never heard of them. Let me see. Okay, Midori. Okay. I was like, Mindoro? I've never heard of... Okay, yeah, Midori. Yeah, I really like Midori notebooks right now, too. Like, I'm using it almost on a daily basis. I'm a fan. And, maybe a little bit of a hot take. I enjoy the Midori paper more than the Tomoe River paper. Maybe it's just me. But I do. But we'll get to that. You're a stationary nerd when you're more interested in a notebook tier list than fantasy football. Yo, we're stationary nerds here. That's what we do. All right, so the Archer and Olive. I had an S tier. Before, okay, because I genuinely thought it was the all-encompassing notebook. Like, it was great for arts and crafts. It was good for, like, any kind of journaling that you wanted to do. Watercolor, brush pens, pasting, like scrapbooking. But I found its weakness, and it's a big weakness. And the more experience that I have with it now, using it for like almost 2 years, I guess I've been using Archer and Olive. Fantasy football, no. I think I'm gonna place it A tier. So the black paper is hot garbage in Archer and Olive. The craft paper is a little bit better. Fountain pens don't work phenomenally in Archer and Olive. In the newer notebooks, maybe, but I don't have a new A5 from like this release, so I'm only talking from, the previous year's notebooks. Fountain pens don't work great. They really don't work great in Archer and Olive now that I'm almost exclusively using fountain pens. I had to change up my whole system. I used to use Archer and Olive for everything. I used to use it as a content planner. I used to use it as my personal journal. I used to use it as my bullet journal. I only use it as my bullet journal now. I don't use it as my personal planner anymore, or my personal journal. I don't use it as my content because, one, they're heavy. The papers were a little bit too thick. I feel like 160 GSM. I really used to be ride or die 160 GSM. I'm not gonna lie. But they're just a little bit too thick now. Now when I feel like I'm writing, I feel like I'm not making any progress, or like the pages are just thick as hell. They're just so thick. Which has its pros and cons, obviously. But, I think I've grown out of that phase. I had to change out of Archer when I switched to fountain pens. Yeah, exactly. I think once you kind of expand your horizons past a little bit of like more basic kind of journaling, and you want to try different supplies, I don't really know how well they work perfectly. And then when I do my review of Archer and Olive, I am going to buy one of the newer notebooks just to make sure, we have the latest and greatest Archer and Olive. But I do appreciate all the different sizes that they have. They have a lot of different notebook sizes that, that match whatever kind of journaling style you want to have. I really, really love the designs. Okay, the designs are really cool. The color choice, also very, very cool. The pen loop they include, it is a luxury notebook. I think it's a luxury brand. Obviously, the price. Oh, excuse me. The price is definitely a luxury brand. I've avoided Archer and Olive because I don't want to write on cardstock, and it's uncoated, which is a huge no for me. It's pretty much, it's cardstock. Like that is what you're wearing. And dude, I don't know what it is about the Archer and Olive paper that they are just hot garbage with washi tape. All washi tape, good expensive washi tape, or washi tape from like AliExpress. It always rips off. Like, it always tears off. And that's not supposed to happen with washi tape. Like, that's kind of like the point. of it. But on craft paper or black paper, forget about it. Don't even try to include any washi tape, or you have one chance, one opportunity. All right, they have excellent marketing and presentation, lovely aesthetics. It is great aesthetics. It really is. I've been using fountain pens in my art with no problem, but I haven't tried it on other papers, so maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. Trust me, Telcana, when you actually use it, like use fountain pen friendly paper, you're gonna notice it's a night and day difference. It's a night and day difference. It really is. Mrs. G's Crafties, hello. Happy Sunday. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I loved your trip to Disney. It looked like so much fun. I was following along, you know. Hung out and streamed with you this morning while I set everything up. Planning with John. Hello, welcome to the stream. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Hello. I love your stickers, the stickers that you printed. They were so cute, and your emotes. Look, that's so adorable. That's so good. That's so good. I'm really happy that you got your stickers and like your emotes done. Top tier, John. Top tier. What? Don't remember this. And I use it often with washi tape. Yeah, I mean, we'll even go through it. Like, washi tape is rough with Archer and Olive. And maybe it's just my personal experience. It just has them a lot. It just happens very often in most of the notebooks, you know. Tessa, good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm glad you're here. Hello. Try them on coated papers. Ooh, I might have to. But anyway, it is definitely a luxury brand, okay? For the price, you know, the aesthetic is really nice. It's still a great journal. And if anybody wants to like upgrade their journal to, you know, a higher grade, I would still recommend Archer and Olive. They're still amazing, but I'm gonna put them A. Because the more that I've used them, the more weaknesses I see. Obviously there's not going to be a perfect journal, let's be honest. There's not. This might be as close to perfect as I can probably get to, but again, it's all personal preference, right? I do have roller tape washi. I thought washi just did that. No. It's definitely not supposed to do that. It really isn't. So, all right. As many people who probably have watched my content or my channel, the next notebook is Artist Loft. If you guys know, I fucking hate Artist Loft. Artist Loft is liquid hot dookie. I hate Artist Loft. Like, really, it's an abomination. They should be ashamed to sell the products that they sell. But with that being said, their notebook is pretty good. It's pretty good. I can't be mad. Their dotted journal that you can get for like $6 to $10. Liquid dookie, quite the ranking. Anything else Artist Loft, I would have put that in F. Create its own tier. Like, stay away from Artist Loft. But their notebooks, I would recommend to somebody who's just starting their bullet journal journey. You know, honestly, it's got a great like entry point, right? Like price point. The paper really isn't bad quality. Even the dots are kind of printed pretty well, like symmetrically. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And it is my introduction. Like, if anybody's like, hey, how do I get started like in bullet journaling, I point them towards the Artist Loft. And if you don't know, Artist Loft is like the Michaels brand of stationery, which usually is fucking garbage. I swear to God, their fine liners are terrible. Their brush pens are ass. Like, their markers are dookie. Everything Artist Loft that I have tried. That, and actually the watercolors aren't bad. The watercolors aren't that bad. Or the acrylic paint that's Artist Loft isn't that bad. But everything else, forget about it. I'm using the Artist Loft notebook. I'm loving them. I'm staying there for the cause. It's amazing quality for the price. I agree their paints and stuff are, like you say, dookie. Yeah. No, but the notebook, seriously, enough so that I'm going to place it A tier. I am going to place it A tier. Just don't get mad at me. I really... Jess, hello. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the stream. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I'm gonna put Artist Loft on A tier, which I don't. Liquid or solid dookie? No. Artist Loft's not dookie. All right, Artist Loft itself is a dookie. Like, they should just get rid of the brands, because fuck that. But I hope Michael's like sees this one day, and you know, right as they're about to send me a sponsored post, they're like, wait, he talks a lot of shit about this. Can't wait to see what journals are on my phone. I like their notebook too. Their notebook is good. The Artist Loft notebook is good. You really can't be mad at the price. Right, you can't. It's good stuff. So I have a bunch. I have like 3 or 4 that I use, and plenty of colors. It's generic as fuck, but it's good quality for $7. Like, come on. I'm gonna put that A tier. No shame in the game. I'm putting it there. A tier. The next one is the Clever Fox, the dotted journal. I can't see Brian. You can't see me. No, can't wait to see. Oh, wait. You can't see me, or you can't wait to see, or you're seeing me see you see this. You know, like, kind of Inception shit. By the way, I'm watching Interstellar for the first time today. Can't wait. I've heard good things about it, so I'm watching that today. Brian, what? Huh? I can't on my iPad either. I can't see the journals. Why? Because they're so tiny? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know they're too. They're definitely tiny. I agree. But that's why I'm where the Moosey gave me nightmare. Oh, that movie gave me nightmares. I'm like, yo, what kind of beast is in this movie? I'm fucking terrified. And I heard that in second Lord of the Rings there's spiders. I've put it off because of that. I thought the Harry Potter spider, by the way, was fucking terrifying. I'm terrified. Did I tell you guys the story? Yo, I was driving, right? And I fucking saw a spider crawl across like my windshield. Mid-highway, I pulled over and I'm fucking fighting this spider for like 30 minutes. I'm putting duct tape on my dashboard to see if its feet get caught. I'm setting traps. I have a water bottle and I'm trying to drown it. And that motherfucker made me look stupid, bro. He made me look so stupid. It was like 30 minutes of me just trying to fight him. And he's still in there doing his spider shit. And I never got him. Interstellar's absolutely brilliant. Yes, cannot watch it. On my iPad, and you can. Yeah, I'm gonna be like saying them out loud because I know it's a little small, but I'll be saying them out loud, and then at the end we'll go over the entire tier list. It's just one big one. Well, that's worse. Pass on the spiders in Harry Potter though. Nope. Yeah, save, baby, save. Yeah, Harry Potter one is worse. Is it worse though? Is it worse? Because I don't know if it's worse. All right, so yeah, the ones in B tier right now are the Amazon Basics. They're the Amazon Basics notebook and the Amanda Rach Lee dotted notebook. In A tier so far, we have the Artist Loft dotted journal and the Archer and Olive. We have Archer and Olive dotted journal. Spider 1, Brian 0. Yo, I'm gonna get my revenge. I was this close to like Jess shows up and Brian got derailed. I was this close to just going to like Walmart and buying Raid and like bombing my car with like the smoke bombs to kill it. Okay, to kill it. What are the B rank ones again? The B rank are the Amanda Rach Lee notebook and the Amazon Basics. So there's an ocean scene in Interstellar and it hit my deep water big wave fear deep. I have that fear too. The fear of like big, like the ocean, like the openness of the ocean, the deep, and not being able to see like under. I have that fear too. I didn't know I had that fear, but I do have that fear. So I don't really have anything crazy to say about the Clever Fox journal. It's a journal. You know, let me see. Yeah, Clever Fox journal. just a journal. It comes in a lot of colors. They have a planner version and then a dotted notebook version. The dotted journal 2.0, actually this is the 0.1, there's a 2.0 version apparently, is $18. So, you know, a little expensive, but it looks really nice. I'm getting like hardcore scribbles that matter vibes from it. So it's got like the 120 GSM paper. Again, they're promising fountain pen friendly, but I've yet to, you know, we really got to put it to the test. But it is a nice journal. It is I think it's a nice journal. Like if we go here, you can kind of see the designs of it, right? Hold on. Doop. It's nice little doodles. They're nice little journals, right? $18, but there's really nothing that stands out for me other than it's just like, okay, yeah, it's a journal. Whoop-de-doo. And it's not like they have a crazy following, you know. There's not a lot of people that are like, oh my god, like, have you ever used a Clever Fox journal? It's the best journal ever. Like, unbelievable. Wait, so Archer and Olive is A tier? Yes, Archer and Olive is A tier, which is different from my first ranking because the first time I did it, I put it S tier. But there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that have changed my opinion on it. I have trouble with washi tape, black paper, and erasing is hot garbage. Fountain pens aren't really the best option when it works with Archer and Olive. I feel like there's much better options. Yeah, it has its weaknesses, you know. I'm surprised you have scribbles. I'm surprised Scribbles That Matter haven't sued. My god. Yeah, they've definitely taken inspiration from Scribbles That Matter. But it's just a notebook for $18 too. I feel like there's more name brand, better options. I'm gonna put it C. Clever Fox dotted journal. I'm gonna put it C. Art journal. I don't have these issues because I don't use fountain pens. Really, I'm really about to like have to pull out my old Archer and Olive. Am I the only one who was having the problem with the washi tape? Because I've tried a lot of different washi tape, you know, from Amazon, from AliExpress, from like Etsy, and especially, more specifically, better said, on craft paper. Dude, on craft paper, it was ass. I would literally like try to peel it off to like move it or recenter it, and I would rip off the fucking grid off of the paper. It sucked. It really sucked. But like I said, you know, Archer and Olive, I feel like have changed the quality of their paper, because the little A6 notebooks are nice. They're much better. They're nice. That's a big one. He does now. It is a big one. But the company is S tier, ethically made and vegan, no bleach or ghosting. I agree, 100%. 100%. You know, I completely agree. The company will always be S tier for me. I love what they stand for, and you know, like the mental health. The Bonnie is awesome. Seriously, like awesome. I don't know. I peel stuff constantly and reposition and erase. Really? Even when I erase, like especially on black paper, that's really one, because I had the Neapolitan notebooks. I had the black, the craft, and the white. Black paper was a nightmare. Same thing with the washi. But erasing, even if I used an electric eraser, the Tombow eraser, the Ticonderoga eraser, it would always leave eraser marks that I could not get rid of, and it would shine. Anytime I took a picture of it for Instagram, it would leave like a shine behind on the paper that comes up in the picture. I'm like, this sucks. This fucking sucks. So I stopped working in black paper, period. Like, I hate the blackout fucking journals. I hate them. I hate working with like the jelly rolls and stuff. Like, kill me, dude. They make it look so nice and so beautiful, but the people that work in blackout journals, you have the patience of a god. Okay, you really do, because there is no fucking way. I'm like, I don't even know. I love the company, but I'm not a huge fan of the paper. I love the company too. Like I said, I'm an affiliate. I'm a ride or die. I'm an Archer and Olive whore, but I can't keep lying to myself. You know, I can't just keep lying to myself. when, you know, there's so many brands and stuff that I have experienced, that I have tried now, that they work better with certain things. You know what I'm saying? They work a little better. I just use pure white. Okay, so the next one, of course I had to include it. I'm talking a lot. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Good soup. All right, the next one that we have is composition books. I don't care what your argument is, it's D. We're at a point where you shouldn't be using composition books for anything. They were great for when we were younger, but no. Just please stay away from composition books. Even for your most general notes, they will not last you past 2 years, even with the greatest care. The papers are going to rip out. Paper quality is kind of ass. You're never going to be able to maintain the cover. If you want something that's going to last you a long time and probably live beyond you, don't use composition books. Even though great price. That's like worst case scenario that you buy a composition book. Like, I'm not even going to buy my kids composition books. Not too much of my Archer and Olive. I use it too, but I mainly just do stationery and photo collaging. I use Tombow brush pens in them a lot. The Tombow brush pens are great. Even though with my most recent like little collage thing that I did here. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Where was it? Like, what ended up happening in my Archer and Olive, right, was that I used a Tombow pen, and I made like a header or something, right? And I went to go over it with my fine liner to make like the outer edge, like the edge of you know, a border to my lettering. And I ripped the paper. It's like the Tombow made the paper too wet, and I went to go do like the border, and it like ripped it. Like little pieces of paper like came off, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second here, what is going on here? Like, excuse me, that's no bueno. Maybe different meaning, also different papers. Pencil and fountain. Composition books right where they belong. I agree. I'm glad nobody's arguing that. Really, you really shouldn't. You really shouldn't. No, you have enough Archer novels to last a lifetime for your great grandkids. Honestly, I do. Yeah, I just really hate ghosting, off-white paper, and companies that use leather and suede. So it's hard for me to find companies I like. Fair enough. I feel like it's definitely become a little bit. More companies are definitely looking into, you know, like vegan friendly books and like faux leather covers and stuff like that. They're starting to become more aware of the materials that they use, which I appreciate. I really do appreciate that a lot. But Archer and Olive is at the forefront, you know, first to market, killed it, and their marketing is top tier. They're A tier. You know, if you just need a notebook to write stuff down and not keep the composition books are great for that. Yeah, they're dumb little scribble paper. Even then, I don't know. I really could not recommend the composition for anybody but children. Even then, it's like, I hate composition books. So the next one on our tier list today. Dun, 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 dun. I must be a weirdo. I love ghosting. You love ghosting, Amy? What? Why? Is it like an aesthetic thing? Do you like having like that aesthetic part of it? Or that's interesting. I have never ever heard somebody say that they love ghosting in their paper or their notebook. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind it now. Like, it was a really big thing, but I hated it before. I really felt like that determined the quality of the paper, you know, whether it ghosted or not, or if there was any feathering or bleeding. But now with like thinner paper, I'm like, okay, the ghosting is okay. It's not the worst thing in the world, right? It's my junk around notebook when I don't want to waste great paper, the composition notebook. That's fair. I mean, that's what it's for, man. It's the junk book. But but I have separate paper I use for watercoloring and colored pencils. I have yet to try them directly on my Archer and Olive. I haven't had trouble with watercolor or color pencils in the Archer and Olive. Those have been pretty great, especially watercolor. Like, one of my pet peeves with watercolor is the way the paper kind of like crumples up, and then the surface on the other side is hard to work with because it's like either really soft or super bumpy. I didn't feel that with Archer and Olive, thankfully. I definitely feel that with like the Tamoy River paper. I definitely feel that, and we'll get to that in a second. It's like the old writing interacts and layers with the new. It's pretty okay. It interacts with the new layers and they kind of mesh. It's all right. I can see it. I can kind of see it. Like, it doesn't bleed, but it shows, and some people really love that. Yeah, those are my main mediums, is watercolor and color pencil. So I guess I'm good to go. Yeah, you should be fine. You should be fine. Like, I'm telling you, like, I wet like an entire 2 pages, and the paper is pretty much like maintained their shape pretty well. So the next one is Dingbats. We have the Dingbats notebook or journal. So I used Dingbats for a little bit of time, and wow, so the prices vary quite a lot from what I see. You can find the Wildlife A4 for $35, the regular like 100 GSM paper $22, then there's a $16.95 A6. I like Dingbats. They were like, with the whole eco-friendliness that they're known for, and the animal designs on all of their notebooks, I really like Dingbats. And the 100 GSM like paperweight, now like looking into it, is like a really, really good middle point. It's a really good middle point for a paper. It's not as thin as like what the 70 or the 52 gram, Tamoy River paper, but it's not as heavy as the 160 gram Archer and Olive. It's right in between. It's really good. Honestly, I can't speak on how fountain pens work in it because I've never actually used a fountain pen inside of a Dingbats. So I definitely have to try it out. 35. Well, it depends. So, like, if we go here, so like this one, the medium A5, this one's 21. I bought it September 23rd, 2020. If you go here, so what, they have the A4 35, then $16.95. Their like flip over notebook is $17. So it really just depends, I guess, on the cover that you want and the size. But I'm gonna say a safe bet would be probably like $20, right? Like $20 is a good medium for that. What is the Lordship, or however you spell it, thickness and moleskin? How is it? Lordship? Lordship? So I think that the new bullet journal, because the actual official bullet journal that teamed up with Lordship, I think the new one is a little bit heavier than what their regular paper usually is. So let me see. Official bullet. Because I haven't bought the version 2.0 yet, so I used those first and hated them so much. Really, I loved them. Like, they were kind of my introductory bullet journals, and I loved them. I thought those were really, really good for me. They worked great. It was thin paper. But I liked it. It felt durable, hardcover, especially the Lordship. The Lordship right now is really, very fountain pen friendly, but we'll get to that. It really is. I have the 2.0 for 2022. You do? What do you think, Mrs. G's? Do you like it? I've had a bad experience, really. I really can't stand bleed through ghosting. You can't stand, or you can stand, Jess? Let me see. It's not on here. Official. So the version 2, right? The official bullet journal Lordship like 2.0 is 120 GSM. So it's a little bit thicker. It's a little bit thicker. Let me see. Can't, sorry. Oh my god. It was pretty nice. Is it pretty nice? Yeah, the first edition bullet journal official notebook was 80 GSM. So that's actually a pretty big difference. That's quite a difference from 80 to 120. So I'm imagining that the paper quality is better too now, you know. Because I enjoyed the Lordship paper, and recently, like, I did try fountain pens in them, and the fountain pens worked great, and they were reliable, and it felt really good. It felt smooth in it, you know. I can't be mad. So Dingbats, Dingbats is okay. It's okay. You know, a lot of people use it. I don't mind the company. I think they're pretty good with what they do. I like their mission. You know, I like the designs. The texture of the cover is very interesting. It's like, it is faux leather, I believe, but it's definitely a different texture. It kind of feels like, I'm gonna sound stupid. I was like, it kind of feels like like rhino skin. Like, it's rough, but I like it. So it's a notebook, you know. I'm gonna put it B tier. Wow, I give up on typing. It feels good to the touch. It looks good. I need to try the 1917, like the 2.0 version. The 120, like, is that their standard now? Is that like Lordship's standard that they're going for now? 120 GSM. Are they moving away from? Yeah, it kind of looks like they might be moving away from the 80 grams. I mean, it's $24. $24 for the new 1917. The 1970 is my first Bujo, and I love the toothiness of the paper. I'd be curious to try the new paper when they release it in the smaller size. I liked it too. And I like the size, and honestly, I don't have any complaints about the Lordship. Honestly, it's one of the ones I would recommend to anybody who's starting their bullet journal journey. Most of my pens worked fine. The ghosting was minimal. I didn't have any bleeding problems. I really liked it. And when we get to it, I'm going to put it A tier, to be honest. I use my fountain pens all the time in my 1917. Yeah, and they work really well. I kind of want to try the new thickness, but also have like 5 empty Arch and Olive notebook and notebook therapy journals. Yeah. Trust me, I get the struggle. I have a lot of them. Pebbled leather. Is that what it's called? That's the first time I'm hearing about that. Pebbled leather. Interesting. I found pens as first-person shooter, and I was so confused. I think it also depends on the pens you use. If you use very wet pens, you're going to need more from your paper. If you use very fine pens or dry ones or drier ink, they're just going to not bleed and feather as much. That's true. I mean, I've tried a lot of different fine liners. Like, I've tried the Faber-Castell, the Pitt pens, the Copic fine liners, the Staedtler fine liners, you know, the Pigma Micron. I really didn't have a problem with any of those inside of my Lordship, and I used all of them very often. The Tombow, like, brush pens, a little bit. You know, they would kind of give that little wavy watercolor kind of vibe on the paper. But that's about it. I think the bullet journal version will be the thicker paper. But I think if you buy a Lordship, you will be able to get it in both weights. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like, there's a big 120G on the new versions of the of the Lordship 1917. So if you want to try that 120, I think that 120 is a good middle point. I don't mind it. But $24, you know, that's bordering luxury brand-esque. I'll put it like mid-tier for cost. Actually, I'll put it mid-tier. But okay, so as of right now, we have A tier. We have Archer and Olive and the Artist Loft. Okay, don't eat me. You're right. I should hydrate. Thank you, Zainab. I think Bats uses vegan leather. Good. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, I know. They're the whole like climate friendly and like animal friendly. They're a very good like eco-friendly brand, the Dingbats. Okay. So for A tier, so far we have Archer and Olive and Artist Loft. For B tier, we have the Amanda Rach Lee notebook, the Amazon Basics, and the Dingbats. For C, we have the Clever Fox dotted journal. And for D, we have the composition books. The next one, right? Jess, you don't know yet, all right? Don't spoil the surprise. Damn, called out. The next one we have is Field Notes. So S, not A. I don't know about it's. I'm gonna be honest, it's still not S tier, but that's like the next one. That's the next one. So Field Notes. What is your guys' experience with Field Notes? Does anybody here have a Field Notes kind of little journal that they carry around with them? You joined the cult. Maybe. Jeez. Any experience with the Field Notes, or kind of like I liked it. The peer pressure got to you. What can I say? You know, it was maybe a little bit of FOMO, maybe a like. Well, really, what changed was the fact that I use fountain pens now. That's such a big factor. Like, that's really the biggest evolution of my stationery journey right now, right? Is the fact that I now am really interested into like inks and fountain pens and how some inks interact with the paper, whether it's wet or dry, shimmer or not. It changes, you gotta evolve a little bit. I'm really curious what you're gonna put into S tier, because I have to be up at 7:30 and it's 1:30, so I'm gonna have to catch the bot. Bunny, no, it's fine. I'm sorry for keeping you up this late. Thank you for hanging out. You need to go to bed. You need to get some sleep ASAP. I've never used them, but the size is something I like. I'm definitely a small notebook person, like gal. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the small notebooks too. The stationary brew majority got to. I know. I got Hobonichi for next year, but Midori paper is my ride or die. I'm gonna talk about that. I really enjoy it. So Field Notes. This is kind of, John, how you're saying like composition books are kind of like your scribble books and stuff like that. Field Notes is kind of that for me. So I've got a little tiny one that I carry around for like notes and stuff in my car. These things you can throw anywhere. They're not lying. When I'm saying Field Notes, they're saying Field Notes. And I really enjoy, one of the things that I enjoy is like the white is like bright white. It's like bright, nice white. And it works with, my fine liners, my regular pens, my Pilot Limited G2 pen, like my actual my actual just regular pen. But I like it. It's not, I don't really recommend it often. If you use it, you use it. And if maybe you're like somebody who's kind of throws their stuff around or maybe is a very outdoorsy person, they're durable and their craft paper is really good. They do have a craft like paper version of their Field Notes. It's really good. But in terms for bullet journaling, like this is what this tier list is, right? Like the best journals for bullet journaling and stuff like that. I'm gonna put it C tier. Field Notes is aight, Oh yeah, I have one for bringing on camping trips. Cool, exactly. It's so cute. It has a bunch of nature quotes scattered throughout. Yeah. Like I like it. And it's not really my aesthetic though, but it's not like a journal. Exactly. I feel like it's just a scribble some notes down kind of journal. I actually don't know anybody that uses it as a bullet journal. If you guys do, send them my way. I want to see what they think. But they have like spiral bound notebooks. They have like the papers that are just bound by like staples. They have little flip up like notebooks. They have a bunch of options and whatever you're looking for. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is Hobonichi. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. The only reason that the Hobonichi is not going S tier, okay, is the price. And the thin paper, I can't recommend it to everybody. I'm going to put it A tier. I think Hobonichi is A tier now because I'm very impressed with how it works with watercolor and, you know, sticking stuff on it. Fountain pens, I fucking love the way my fountain pens work on Hobonichi. The Tomoe River paper really is a game changer if you're into fountain pens, right? But the price is insane. The price can get ridiculous, especially if you decide to buy the covers and you decide to buy all of the little like auxiliary supplies, the little extras, and even if you buy it from Japan, you know, they hold their value well, but they're expensive and not everybody is gonna like the quality, you know. I think it lacks like protection. I think they're not durable for fucking shit. Like, Hobonichi just does not feel like it's a book that I can chuck inside of my backpack when it's butt naked, because I'm going to bend the cover, I'm going to like tear the paper, I'm going to bend the corners. That's not something that I want in my journals. Like, one, I don't want to have to spend $100 on a cover because, you know, they have like designer covers. Obviously they have cheaper versions. You can get like the plastic little version, but they just don't feel durable, and they kind of suck for like hefty arts and crafts. Like if you're sticking like craft paper or other papers into it. Like I have like pictures inside of my Hobonichi, like actual pictures, and it bends up the pages because it just doesn't have the support to hold the adhesive from the pictures. So it's kind of ass with that. You can't put notes in a bullet journal kind of. They're not that. I feel like they're for quick notes or brain dumps. I've seen people use like field notes for like little use the bullet journal system. You know, they're not, I guess I wouldn't call them like the typical like aesthetic bullet journaling, but I've seen people use the field notes for their bullet journal. I thought it was just me that felt that way. Someone that hated Tomoe River. But it's got a lot of its weaknesses, right? Like, you know, if you travel often, I wouldn't recommend a Hobonichi. I can't tell you how the Hobonichi like holds up in time because I'm still really new to it. I think the oldest Hobonichi I had is like a year. But, you know, speaking to Toasty too, right? Like what happens with Hobonichi is sometimes I'll write with it in fountain pen, leave it open for maybe 2 or 3 days, and regardless, like they will smear. Like either the oils of my hand will interact with the ink and they will smear, or the ink hasn't completely dried. It's like, fuck, dude. Do I really want to like share this note, like put my deepest thoughts that I'm trying to archive for a lifetime into here and then have somebody read it and then have my shit smear when they touch it? That's a big I've never used them, but the size is something I like. Yeah. Sounds like a lot of bad things. Why is it A tier? Alright, well, I guess I'll talk about the pros. The pros being like there's a lot of options when it comes to your planning, right? Like it kind of feels like they provide you a structure, like a framework, so it's not just an empty notebook for you to use for different types of journaling. So, you know, people sometimes use the calendar in the front for like habit tracking, then they use the back pages as a sketchbook, then they use the regular weeks and like memo pages to journal, and then put their bullet journal or like their planning stuff in it. I like the Weeks size. You know, it's a really, really nice size. They do have plenty of different sizes, and the paper quality for fountain pens is hard to beat. You know, if you're someone that really wants to get into fountain pens, it's hard to beat. You know, and I buy all these fountain pens and I put all the money into these fountain pens and I want to use them. I want to use them to the best of their ability. Pro, you get to be a part of the cult. Honestly, that kind of is a pro. If you're somebody who's looking into, you know, becoming part of a community, you know, that's you, boo. Tomoe River paper works so amazing. It can be culty. I'm not gonna lie. You know, the people who are about the Hobonichi life, it definitely feels like it'd be a little culty. Like, you know, if you don't use a Hobonichi, you're not planning right, or like, yo, you don't understand shit about paper if you can't appreciate a Hobonichi, you know. But I'm enjoying the system. Changing my name to Ethereal Outsider. I really am enjoying the system. I'm super excited about it. But yeah, guys, give me 1 second. I will be right back, okay? And we'll continue talking. Okay, we're back. And we're back. I'm happy you're happy. Wait, are you talking to me? Am I happy? Am I supposed to be happy? Or am I not happy? What's going on? What's up with notifications lately? Did they sleep in late or something? Hey Paige, what's up? Hello, how are you? Happy Sunday. What's up? I might be too old for that reference. Oh my god, I don't think anybody's gonna understand that. Let me go shoot myself. Not really. Let me not play with like that. No. Yes, Brian, it's your stream. Listen, maybe it was, there's someone over there. Yeah, I just needed to wash my tattoo real quick. We're at the gross part of the tattoo where it's just like gooey ooey. Anyway, I'm not doing too great, but I'm happy to be here. I'm sorry to hear that, Paige. Is it like school? School's got you stressed? I hope, whatever's happening gets a little bit better. I'm happy you're happy in your cult. Listen, Jess, you're part of the Apex cult. Okay? Alright? Let me guess, Apex is like the best battle royale? No, Warzone is. Alright? Warzone's better than Apex. Let's be real. Alright? There's no jumping around it. I got that reference. Thanks, Evergreen. Thanks. That makes me feel better. But all right, I think the Hobonichi is adaptable. It fits a lot of different planning styles. If you're really into paper quality, it's really good, really good paper quality. But I'm not going to put it S tier. It doesn't deserve to be S tier. It's very, very niche. Very niche. Ew, Brian. No, okay, fine. You got me. Fortnite is the best battle royale. You made me say it. Is nowhere near. I actually haven't played Apex in like a year. I'm sure the updates made it a lot better. Remember that presentation I told you about? Well, I had the first presentation on Thursday, and I completely bombed it, which made me have a nervous breakdown after getting home. Dude, that sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. You were preparing, though. What happened? How did you bomb? Like, you bombed, like in terms of grade, or like you choked up during your presentation? Like, listen, Paige, my recommendation, because I used to really have like really big stage fright, if you could take speech and debate helped me so much to be in front of people. You have no idea. So much. I will forever be eternally grateful to have been in speech and debate for like 3 years. Like, now I have like zero fear of talking in public spaces or in front of people. It's so much easier too. Apex, everybody feels so jumpy and spammy. Everybody's jumping and da 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 and like do and then slide and then do and then pew, and then I'm just like, dude, yo, this feels so gimmicky. Just give me a gun. Let me outshoot you with real aim. I got to the restaurant, but I'm trying to ignore it. Oh no, hugs. Yeah, I'm sorry, Paige, but now I have to do it again on Monday. It's been very stressful. Try to, calm down. Imagine everybody in their underwear. No, I actually never did that. That was a little bit weird. I kind of just cope with the anxiety by making jokes or like laughing to myself, But I love Overwatch, Apex, and Valorant. Bounce between them as far as FPS go. I've been really getting back into Valorant. I'm kind of good now. You know what I'm saying? But Valorant's been fun. I succumbed to undue influence and joined the Hobonichi cult. Put in my first order 2 days ago. Yay! Welcome. I can't wait to use mine. I really am so excited. I feel so alone here on this island. Well, since we're the first group, she's constantly giving us criticism throughout the presentation. Public speaking is so easy to me, but because she would constantly interrupt me and tell me what I'm doing wrong, it messed me up mentally. Okay, so it's a shitty teacher, dude. Well, because if there's ever one piece of advice I can give you in doing like class presentations, go first. Set the bar. All right. I really do feel like the grading for people who go first is a lot easier. Like, you did good. You did good by going first. But she's an asshole if she kept interrupting you. I second the speech and debate tip. Practice it on your own. That helps too. Yeah, but if you don't have problems with, public speech and they were just being like your teacher was just being an asshole, that's not on you. Because you kind of got to get into the flow of things. And if she's like, no, that's actually wrong, it happened in 1943, blah, 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 I'd be like, oh my God, my advice is to run and drop the class. She's in high school. You can't just drop a class in high school. Unfortunately. In college, though, they forced a lot of kids to do like public speech. Like, you had to take a speech class, at least one. Gotta go walk and head out. Happy streaming. Thanks, Mrs. G's. I appreciate you being here. And I remember some people, like, that was a graduate prerequisite. There were some people that just could not, for the life of them, get up and give a presentation to a class. And I felt really bad for those people. Because it's hard. It's hard. It's not the easiest thing in the world. I dropped all of high school, so I think you can. Well, when you say it like that, I guess. All right. So I'm gonna put it A tier. I'm gonna put it A tier for Hobonichi. Anyway, I actually asked a friend of mine who takes her other class to help me because he already did his presentation on the same topic. So he agreed he could come over yesterday, but that morning I texted him to let him know when he comes over, and he ghosted me the entire day. Like, why? Why did he ghost you? What an asshole. Like, what's the purpose? Why are people dickheads? Like, what? I was one of them. Yeah, not much you can do if she's a jerk. I've had teachers like that. So sorry. Yeah, I've had, honestly, teachers can make or break a course for you, even in college. You have a good professor. You can be interested in a subject you never thought you would be, right? Spark an interest in it. You have a shitty professor and they'll make you feel like it's the worst fucking thing on the planet. Terrible at public speaking. What really helped me in school was a realization that nobody cares. They're either thinking about their own speech or glad they're done and not paying attention. Told myself to present for the teacher. Exactly. Like, I always pretended I was making the I was always pretending that I was doing the presentation to my best friend, and he would sit front row, so I would make like jokes and stuff, and we would just, like, the whole class would be laughing, but I would just pretend it was like me and him, and it was like a practice. I know it wasn't, but and yeah, I can drop the class just because it's the vet science class. But it's such a great opportunity that I really don't want to give up. He told me he slept 13 hours and then had to go to his cousin's birthday party immediately after a week off. Shut up. Yo, shut up. I'd be like, bro, keep your fucking excuses. Fuck you. Don't text me ever again. That's what I would have been like. But that was the old me, like in high school, I'm petty. If there's one thing that you're going to know about me, is I can be super petty. Like, this is so stupid, but I forgot to say, I guess I get it from my mom. My mom is a very petty person. It's terrible. So I guess me and my brother got it from me. I forgot to say happy birthday to my brother, right? 4 years ago. And he held a grudge. We haven't talked in 4 years because I didn't say happy birthday. We're that, like, I guess the Del Toro was going to be like that. I don't know what to tell you. So now it's just like, shit, man. Social anxiety I had as a teenager wasn't reasonable at all, Fair. The problem is that I need to teach this info to the class for our exam, so it needs to be helpful. Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me that you had to set up, like, you need to set up the study guides and stuff. I knew these things, but still would run and get sick and cry. Dude, that sucks too. I've thankfully never been in that position, but geez, that sounds terrible. Bro, she literally told me she didn't like how my animations are too fast mid-presentation. Yeah, dude, your teacher's an ass. Wait, for reals? For reals what? Teachers are like bosses. People don't quit jobs, they quit bosses. Problem is, teens can't quit and move on as easily. Yeah, 100%. 100%, totally agree. But yeah, petty shit, man. Petty shit. Now, the next notebook that we have is the Lenome. The Lenome is a good book. I have that one, and I think I had like a review almost ready for it. But I was never able really to get it out. But seriously, bosses and teachers can make or break your experience and whatever you're doing. Same with college professors. Once I like realized that, because in school I was a very hands-on person. Like, I needed somebody to run examples with me. It was difficult for me to learn just from a book, right? Because especially with like stuff like dynamics and strength and materials and stuff like that, you're just like, all right, what do these numbers mean? Very frustrating. But thankfully I had some good professors. Except my physics professor. I fucking hate physics because he was the asshole who would do it's an introductory physics course, right? And he would speak to everybody like we were idiots, and if you didn't know the question or like the answer, he would just be like, all right, you're a piece of shit, like you're obviously dumb. And I'd be like, what do you want me to say? Like, I don't know this off of the dome. Like, geez. I actually was very upset when he didn't text me back because it opened my eyes to how much I'm used to people flaking and ghosting me. And that's why I don't really have many close friends or see anyone outside of school. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I really am. Like, people can be assholes. It's unfortunately the truth of the matter. Anyway, it was nice to let it rant out. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. TED Talk. People suck, always and forever. The niche is an S tier. I'm flipping the proverbial. It's not S tier. I put it A tier. It's A tier. I don't think it's S tier. It's not like a perfect system. Oh my god, I had the worst teacher in college. Ooh, tell me about him or her. Tell me about your teacher. I want to know. But Paige, hey, I hope I hope you ace your presentation on Monday. Try not to let it get to you. All right, trust me. In the grand scheme of things, this presentation is gonna seem very dumb when you grow up. When you get older. So try not to stress over it too much. All right. He was a Sheldon Cooper. People suck, except you guys. Y'all are cool. Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Seriously. Remember, they work for you. It's embarrassing, so bear with me. All right, Jess, I'm ready. How embarrassing can it be, right? Oh, shit. My bad. So yeah, Linome. I don't know. Have you guys? Has anybody here used the Linome notebook? Because this was one of those notebooks that was kind of expensive. Like they were like $24, but now that I'm looking on Amazon or something, they're only like $14.39, which isn't bad. The thing is, that morning I was playing with the kittens and I got to bring one back to my desk. Excuse me, and he fell asleep in his little burrito blanket, and then when he woke up, we worked on my worksheet together, and I took so many pictures of the cutest thing. Aw, that's adorable. Love to chat. I'm glad you're here, Zainab. I love when you're here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Okay, but Linome is one of those it was just a notebook again. It was just a notebook. It was 180 pages. The one thing that I can say about the Linome that I really liked and is important into what I'm looking for now is the fact that when it opens, it can stay perfectly flat pretty much on any page that you're on. So the Linome is good in that aspect, but it was a notebook. I can't even put it up there with Amanda Rachley and like the Amazon Basics or Dingback. It was like if you got the Linome as a gift, you got it, Speaking as a professor, the best thing you can do is when you're asked a question when the material is not in the material for the class or has ever been discussed in class, remind them that you are taking this class to learn this material. If you knew this, you would not be needing to take his or their class. Said in a very calm manner can have far-reaching effects. I honestly, John, I wish I had the balls to talk to my professors like that. It didn't really start happening until maybe I was like junior year. But as a freshman, it's very intimidating to come up to a professor and talk back at all. I feel like there's a power dynamic difference. Of course there is, but if there's one thing that I've learned is that professors in universities are the masters of their own domain. All right, they will pass or fail you at will. If they're assholes and they don't like you, you'll know. If they like you, you'll know. And so navigating the professors even took me a while to get to know, interact in class and talk to them and asking them for help and stuff. But it's scary. Even going into office hours, it was intimidating, being the only one there and asking for help. So I would have loved to have taken that piece of advice and and have that kind of response like, hey, I'm here to learn this. But no, yeah, and you're an engineer too, right? Yeah, engineering professors were on major power trips. And the thing is, they wanted us to feel scared. 100%, dude. And it was so stupid because it was the introductory courses where these professors would go off, and then you get to the more advanced level courses and they just didn't give a shit. It was just very laid back. It was very chill. Like, hey, you need help? Like, professors sometimes would go out to drink with some of the students, like if they were above, 21. Like, it was weird. The people who teach introductory classes, at least like my experience here at Penn State, they were scaring the shit out of us. It was like make or break. Like I took the art history class and that man made it seem like art history was like live or die by this. If you don't know this, you will never succeed in life. And I'm out here studying shit like what? I mean, I bullshitted my way through that class, but because art is subjective. A professor can't tell you the way you interpret art is wrong, right? So it was a good course. It was an easy A. But he made us feel pretty scared. It was like some sort of hazing or something. It was weird. It was weird. The professors that teach intro courses definitely had power trips. Like, you need to chill out. You need to chill out, bruv. Okay, so the Lordship 1917. Oh, Manny, I was Ohio State. I feel you, man. It was crazy. Glad I was a history major in undergrad and had professors that wanted to share their info. I mean, they're really, you know, they're professors that are excited about the subject that they teach. They're not just there for a check, you know. They're not just there to cash in. And the professors that like their job are so made the class worth going to. Seriously, it was awesome. Like, I loved those. I loved learning. Like, I still do. I love learning, you know, lifelong learner type shit. Absolutely love the experience of learning something new. But man, having the shitty professors, there's nothing I appreciated more. I still am in contact with some of my professors from high school. Like, we talk through Facebook and stuff like that, and they like, the good professors impact you a lot, right? I'm in music, so I know professors with attitudes, and there can be lots out there. There can be lots, like lots, you know. That reminds me of the Devious lick challenge going around schools now. Dude, what is that? What is going on with schools? The Devious licks, they're just stealing shit. So if you guys don't know what the Devious lick challenge that was on TikTok, and a lot of them have gotten taken down, you essentially steal something and then call it a devious lick. So people were stealing like soap dispensers, toilet paper dispensers. They were stealing like the air drying machines. People stole entire toilets from their schools. Like, what is happening in high school right now? What is going on? They're just stealing and destroying public property. Like, that's literally it. Yeah. That's definitely one of the stupidest challenges to go around. Legit, someone created a bomb and set fire to the bathroom at my school. Are you serious? What? Many professors that teach intro classes are usually first-time professors or graduate students. And to be fair, you know, I'm sure if it's your first time teaching, you know, you want to do the best that you can do. But I think the way they teach these classes really, really sucks. What a great challenge. This is a terrible challenge. Some people are committing felonies with crap they're stealing. Like, a felony charge really worth the clout? And the stupidest thing about this challenge is that, like, they're posting it under their names on TikTok with their pictures, and these kids are getting expelled and shit. Because how dumb can you be? Like, how fucking dumb can you be, dude? Yeah, I'm doing illegal shit. Let me post it to the internet for some internet clout that means nothing. It means nothing. Oh my god, I'm so scared for my fucking kids to grow up. When I have kids and they're gonna be growing up in the age of internet clout, fuck, man. I hated that one challenge that people would lick something and put it back during COVID. Yeah, but the chick that licked the ice cream and put it back, she caught a charge for that. So good. I'm happy she caught a charge for that. I'll remember that too, man. People and the Tide Pod challenge, like, what is it? Boredom? Or is it stupidity? Like, can somebody explain to me what these kids are going through mentally? Yo, the social currency of clouds, man. Poisoning. Very poisoning stuff. I love how we get into these tangents. I apologize if you're here just for the notebook ranking, but we do. We have a lot of tangents, and we come and we hang out and we talk, and I love talking to you guys about this stuff. But yeah, now y'all got me scared for my kids. Thanks. I'm telling you. This sounds awful. Talk about these professors makes me realize uni would be inaccessible for me. I literally get no nonverbal cues, so scrapers would make me feel like I was flying completely blind. Oh, dude, Amy, yeah. That would suck then. That would suck, unfortunately. I wish I was kidding. I literally saw the video. I saw it too. I saw the videos and stuff that were happening, like on TikTok. Like, that was a trend. The devious lick. And okay, so yeah, the Lordship 1917. Oh my god, what? They picked something and put it back. They did. There was people like licking like door handles and then licking like food in grocery stores and sneezing on people and coughing on people, and it's like, oh my god. The shit your generation does is fucking crazy. Hey. Oh my god, do you know what's really fucking me up? Okay? You want to know what fucked me up like hard? I saw a TikTok of like a Gen Xer, right? A Gen X kid. You know, maybe like middle school or like maybe early high school. They're like, yeah, people born in the late 1900s. Excuse me? Is that how you guys are referring to us now? The late 1900s? What, bro? I'm still in my 20s, bro. What do you mean? And then like talking about like us playing, like watching stupid movies or whatever. I just like, all I heard was ringing in my ears. I didn't even pay attention to the rest of the video. It was like, ting. It's like I got flashbang. Late 1900s. Bro, relax, dude. Relax. Yo, pain. All I felt was pain. Yo, hey, it's not just Gen Z, it's also millennials trying to relive their glory days. Don't even. Okay, alright, fair enough. You know, there's millennials out here doing stupid shit too. I'm not old yet, okay? Yo, seriously, dude. Damn, late 1900s. Cute Matt Damon gif. But you have to realize that you were born when I was in high school. I mean, Tessa, are you considered late 1900s? Maybe? My grandfather told me in 1996 bad things always happen, but without media we didn't know. He said we were just more aware now. That was before the internet. With the internet, almost all humanity. Stupidity is on display. Honestly, thank God. I know I'm an internet baby and we grew up with the internet, but there's plenty of stupid shit that I did as a kid that thankfully, you know, wasn't recorded. Because, you know, kids these days record everything. But, you know, I'm pretty glad. But now everything is posted. Everything's recorded. There is like a digital trail of your entire life if you grew up with it, right? It's not good. Oh my god, as if I already don't feel old enough at 35. You're not old, Amy, okay? Don't say that. Yup. Oh, I'm back from grocery shopping. Bought a ton of fruits and veggies. Ooh, I need to go grocery shopping. I like that idea. I'm hungry too. But yeah, like they're like, yeah, you know, late 1900s. I'm like, stop. What do you mean? I still have a whole life ahead of me. Just in time for the tangent on children committing crimes. Yeah. Oh my god, I am so late. No, don't worry. You're good, Lindsay, you're good. All right, so we're on the Lordship 1917. This was my first bullet journal. I think it's a very good bullet journal, even with fountain pens. Great for like scrapbooking, great for art journaling. I had a good experience with it. Ethereal Introvert doesn't really like it. She said it sucked ass. I think it's a really good entry level, and for the price, it feels more premium than something like the Amazon Basics or Artist Loft. It has the back pockets. The band around the notebook retains its elasticity a lot. Like it's you know, it does the Bubba thing like really well for a long time. So it's pretty good. It even has an index thing too, like an index, and it has a guide if you're into bullet journaling or want to get into bullet journaling. If you get the official Lordship 1917 bullet journal, it has pretty good guides on how to set up like an index and how to get into the bullet journaling system. So I really appreciated that when I first started getting to the bullet journal. So the Lordship 1917 is going to be an A tier for me. Yeah, it's gonna be an A tier. It gives me anxiety thinking about the stuff I posted and did on the internet as a teenager. Oh, me too. Thank God MySpace isn't a thing anymore, because I posted a lot of stuff on MySpace that I was like, oh, this is. Oh, so we're on tangent number 12. Anyone who was born in the last few years, the late 1900s. I know, stop. I'm pretty sure it was Lordship. Oh, you're gonna go check? Why is Amanda Rachel B? She's top tier Bujo. No. The Notebook is mediocre at best. like, she did a good job meeting the standard, right? Like, meeting the standard of what you should come to expect from a bullet journal. It was like hefty, it was nice, the paper quality was pretty decent, but there was nothing that really made it stand out. You know, it wasn't first to market. The design on the covers was nice. It's B tier. It's like, if you got it, like, yeah, you have a good notebook. You're in a good position. Would I recommend it? No, it's a little expensive. It's like $36 or something like that. It's, when I checked, it was a little bit more expensive than I was hoping for. Lordship ghosted like crazy for me. Some fountain pen inks even feathered for me. Never again. Really? That's interesting. I guess I have to try different inks on it and stuff. Because I even recently, you know, I tried some of like the Harry Potter inks and the like diamine. Diamine. There you go, diamine inks. And I didn't have a problem, even with my Visconti. And that nib is loosey goosey. All right, that shit spits out ink like crazy. I have my old journal. It might be a moleskin. Her journals are exactly the same as Archer and Olive, so why is that A tier? They're not. What are you saying, Washi? No, they're not. They're definitely not exactly like Archer and Olive. You're wrong. You're wrong. That's wrong. You're wrong. I loved MySpace. Yeah, I loved MySpace too. It was like my introduction to HTML, right? Okay, so I had both. Didn't like either. I also had both, and I liked them at the time. Would I go back to them now? Probably not, because I've experienced a lot of journals. But I think it's a good introduction, and it was like a point in time when I didn't know a lot about the journals that I wanted to use or what I was looking for in my, you know, art style and what I was trying to develop. So as an introduction, it was pretty good to me. It was pretty good. I'm not a fan of her covers in comparison. And also the company as a whole is A tier, S tier. Yes, I agree. And like that really about the brand, right? The brand plays a good part into why Archer and Olive would be above Amanda Rach Lee, what they stand for, the aesthetic, the you know, I really enjoy it. Don't get me wrong though, like Amanda Rach Lee, like I love supporting like small creator, not small creators, she's a huge creator, but like independent creators, you know, not entire companies. So that's what I do like about Amanda Rach Lee's like notebook, that she went out and she did that, and that's goals, right? Like in stationery, if you ever do something in stationery, you just want to make your own stationery line, like that is goals. I don't know if I've told you guys, like what I would love to do one day is open up a stationery like store / like coffee shop, right? So it's like a little coffee bistro where you can go order some coffee and buy some stationery, or just like rent some stationery, something like that. And you go to like these big wooden desks in the middle and just sit down, drink your coffee, take out your journal, socialize, sip some tea, some coffee, whatever you need, some hot chocolate. And you know, that would be pretty dope. Did we go through notebook therapy yet? I had to step away from it. No, Evergreen, we have not gone through it yet. I think that's actually not next. Not next. We shall see how S tier Archer and Olive is when I complain about my last sub box. Yeah, that sub box, man. That sub box was rough. What's the address? I'm on the way. One day, Talcana, one day. I'd really love to open it in a place like New York, you know, have it be like a cool, like hipster vibe, coffee, stationery, come buy your fountain pen, play with it same day, have ink refill stations, like change that on a weekly basis, have a display of notebooks and fountain pens. And then we got real like artisanal coffee too, you know, from Colombia, Cuba, Mexico, de todos lados, right? So we got everything that you could want, and that's really what we're trying to do, you know. I'm always it's the community aspect. I want to create a community about it, you know. Hi, stopping by to say hi, Amy. Hello, nice to see you. I'm glad you're here. Hello, hi, happy Sunday. I hope you have a great weekend or had a great weekend. Whoa, nothing is S tier yet. Nothing is S tier yet. You know, maybe in A tier we'll go over it again, and maybe somebody can make a good point as why certain notebooks might belong S tier, but so far, nada. What a dream, and smell coffee and new paper all day. Yes, right? Same stats as Archer and Olive, so sorry. I'm still salty. To me, notebook therapy is the same as, yep, Archer and Olive type category. I agree. But the next one that we have is the Littlemore notebook. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Littlemore notebook. So the Littlemore notebook was I remember specifically when I bought the Littlemore notebook, the size is fucking weird. Okay. Yeah, actually that's fair. Nothing really comes to mind for me. Not yet. I just went to Yoseki yesterday and it looked like Target in there. It was so packed. Oh, really? I mean, they're doing such a good job, honestly. Like, that's awesome. I'm really happy for them. I just picked up my stuff and left because I ain't ready for crowds. But you're right. Location makes all the difference. 100%. I can't take NT shipping practices either, man. Maybe I'm just hard to please. I agree, honestly. Okay. So, this is the Littlemore notebook. All right. So, I bought this also for a review. Bro, the size is so fucking weird. It's so weird. It's not like a typical A5 journal. It's like it says it right there. It's 7 by 5.5. So it's not as small as an A6. It's not as big as an A5. It's like right in between. It's like the little midget brother, right? It's like they cut off the notebook at the knees. Really weird little journal. It sounds like a great shop idea. I have a bookstore cafe near me and that's pretty good. Yeah, like I would love to have like book club meetings and like a physical space one day, and people could come in, we could all hang out, even have maybe be like a little mini bookstore. Like, I think it would be really cool. But yeah, this notebook was interesting. I appreciate the fact that they tried to do something a little different with it. The size is definitely not what you would expect. It was 100 GSM, so it's not the thickest, but it's not the thinnest. It was nice. Everything you could come to expect. It was definitely like a dotted. It was more of like a cream kind of colored pages. I don't know if that matters for you guys. It matters a little bit for me. I typically like brighter white pages, but it's changed a little bit over time. It's changed a little bit. Pocket size. Really thick paper, 100 GSM. Again, a lot of these I haven't been able to use fountain pens on because fountain pens is relatively a new thing. So please, in Germany, one of the shop, I would love that. Seriously, that's the goals, guys. That's the goals. You gotta have little goals, right? Opening a little shop that people would want to come to, like visit and stop by, like if they're in the area, would be awesome. What did midgets ever do to you? Nothing. You're right. Nothing. So we're gonna go with the Littlemore notebook. We're gonna go C tier. The size is a little off-putting, and I appreciate they tried to do a little something different, but am I gonna recommend that to somebody? Nah, not really. I mean, there's so many better options. Why would I recommend it? I mean, for $10, a $10 price point, there's not bad. It's not bad, right? But nah. So yeah, so that's gonna be C tier. I had a lot of ordering problems. Like, they had things in stock here in the US, but then the other part of them were shipped from overseas, and they took have to pick something else, and stuff shipping from overseas would get caught up in their customs and sent back. Jesus, don't piss me off. I'll bite your ankles. Weird size makes it hard to find a cover for. I agree. That is also something that a lot of people take into consideration now. I didn't really care about like notebook covers. I kind of really care now. I kind of actually like care a lot. Yes, small notebooks all the way. Yes, Amy, same. Like traveler size now for me. With a way to go. I don't know what book this is. Like, what is that? I don't know. I don't know what this one is. It's just a black square. I literally don't know what that is. Oh, okay. Well, it's this. I don't know if I can. It's that. So, it's a traveler's journal. This one's a traveler's journal. Okay, I am going to put the Traveler's Journal a S tier. Yeah, I'm putting it S tier. Cause hear me out, you know. I really appreciate. Where's the Lordship Bullet Journal edition? Oh shit. Hold on. I didn't include the Bullet Journal edition because I just included the 1917, and I haven't tried the Bullet Journal edition 2. So I know that one has like a little bit heavier paper and like kind of laminated paper a little bit. So I haven't been able to try that out, but I do plan on getting it. I can't include it on this tier list if I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'd rather not sound super stupid with it. so I, you know, it'll be included. But like the TN Traveler's Journal, yes, like the Midori or the Traveler's Company Traveler's Journal is S tier for me, because I very much appreciate a system where you kind of like it's very modular. It's like a system that is constantly being improved. And what I mean by that is they're always releasing new inserts. You know, like they just released their sticker release paper, you know. They have planners, so you have the framework. They have sketchbooks, so you can sketch. They have the Midori, like it all uses the Midori paper too, so it's very fountain pen friendly. It's great with watercolors. It's a little bit thicker. How much thicker though? Hold on. It's thicker than the Traveler's Notebook, or than the Tomoe River paper. It's 68 grams compared to the 52 grams that you find in regular Tomoe River paper. It's hard for me to, you know. TN is S tier for the paper, B and C tier for the system. Really, Amy? Why do you think? What don't you like about the system? Because there's a few reasons why I might not put it there, but you know, like Talcana said, the size isn't for everybody. That's one. The aesthetic, you know, the leather aesthetic, the like vintage brass clips, there's a vintage kind of vibe to it. That's also not everybody's like look. That's something they may not be looking for, but it's really, you know, you make what you want of it. They have pockets. People use it as wallets. The passport size I use personally as a wallet. I have 3 to 4 inserts in my regular Traveler's Notebook at any point in time. One for my personal, like my personal stuff, right? One for my like meal planning. The other one's just for my notes. There's a lot. There's a little bit of everything for everyone if you can get past the size. It is definitely a different size, you know. If you're not used to this size, it could be a little jarring to get used to. But I'm into bound books, total bias. Okay, and yeah, you know, oh, that's so hard. And I really like the cover, but even then, I think my chat is lagging or something. No, Evergreen, no, I'm speaking to people on YouTube. I'm also streaming on YouTube too, so they can see. I can see parts of chat that you can't see, unfortunately. Tan feels amazing in the hand, and the ability to customize it is out of this world. It really is out of this world. I'm gonna drop and refresh to see if I can get my chat back. Like, I agree on the bound book, and there's a lot of things that might not be for everybody, but I think they have a little bit of something for everybody in this system. I don't know. I really enjoy the Midori paper. I really enjoy the system. I'm putting it S tier just because it's so modular. You know, you're not bound to something. If you want to change the cover, you can change the cover. If you want to change the insert, you can buy a new insert, you know. And one of the good things that I do enjoy about the Traveler's Notebook is that they're not necessarily like really thick. They don't come with like 180 pages. So the commitment window to fill one of these up is a lot smaller. It's significantly smaller You know, they can capture different eras or chapters of your life in more condensed forms than what you typically have with like a, you know, an Archer and Olive book. There's a lot of pages. That can be overwhelming for some people, and it's just a blank template. You can't really say, hey, I want an Archer and Olive like notebook that has a planner inside of it, you know, and has the structure. Nah, you can't do that. With, you know, Traveler's Company, with their inserts, yeah, you can find a structured calendar and a structured weekly, or you can have plain paper, like plain dotted, you know, or this paper is actually has, is it the crosshairs? Some of them have little crosshairs instead of dots. So, you know, I think I want to try the Traveler's Notebook. Okay, buy money. You should. And like, genuinely, I love this. Like, I love this fucking thing. And the cool thing is, like, you can have multiple journals in one like condensed area. So like, I take 3 journals with me at all times. Like, I have 3 different journals with me at all times whenever I travel. You know, I just need to take this big boy and we're good. You know, we're good. I don't have to carry 3 separate notebooks. I really like it. It can get a little expensive, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the leather cover alone is like $50 plus if it's not a special edition, and the color choices aren't, you don't have a lot of color choice. I think you have black, brown, like camel, and teal, and then whenever they release the limited editions. So it's got its things, but I'm gonna put it S tier. I think it is an S tier system notebook. I'm with you on the S tier, so you've got at least one other person on your team. Yay! Cool. I like the thinner paper. I even like the onion skin paper. Oh, I haven't tried onion paper yet. I need to get a sample or something. Where did you buy it? The TN. So I actually bought my TN from Kinokuniya. So I bought mine from Kinokuniya when I was in New York, and then my passport size I actually got directly from the Traveler's Company Tokyo station when I was in Japan. That was awesome. You know, they have stamps and stuff that you can use there, so that was pretty dope. But that's how I got those. And then I actually have a third passport that I won from watching the Pen Addicts, like the Pen Addict stream, and I won a giveaway and he sent it like super quick. So that was pretty exciting. So in total, it's like it's 3. I really do enjoy the system. I really enjoy the paper. So S tier, that is our first S tier. Now, the next one that we have is called the Minimalism Notebook. Boop. Where is it? Hold on, my internet's acting like dookie right now. I'm not sure why. So, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this one, but I saw a few people use it on like their Instagram and stuff. It's called the Minimalism Art, and I bought it. And if you are a sketch artist and whatnot, and if you're really into like watercolor and all those kind of other like art mediums, I think this is a great notebook for that. I think it's really good paper quality for what it is. I mean, $17. They're a relatively unknown brand, you know, and they have a variety of colors. But like it says, it's a very minimal notebook. It says minimal in the front, which seems a little not minimal, but with 120 like GSM paper, you can really expect that it's gonna hold up to whatever you throw at it, right? At this price point, though, I think there are better recommendations. I think even like the Amanda Rach Lee notebook would probably be a better choice. The Dingbats, I would put it C. I don't know if you guys have ever used the Minimalism Art, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna put it C tier. We got a lot of C tiers. Like, these are like, okay. Like, for the same price and for the same category that you find these in, you can use these, which are already better. Might be a little bit no, these are just as accessible as these two. So like these are down here in C and D because like I just could not justify to somebody getting these notebooks over these notebooks, you know, in terms of the paper quality and the aesthetic, the options, the price. Like this is where you should be right now, right? I get my onion skin paper from the paper mill store. Now the next one that we have is Moleskine. And damn, I mean, Jess hates Moleskine. I liked Moleskine a lot. I have a lot of Moleskine journals. I think I have like 20 to 30 Moleskine journals. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. If I'm gonna be honest, it gets a lot of shit, I think, but I think I enjoyed Moleskine so much because that was my definition of like a really good journal. One being like the price points, right? And the other being, because imagine, when you first get into this stuff, you're like, yo, $20 for a notebook? That's insane. Why would anybody ever buy that? Why would anybody ever use that? Well, now we know why. Like stationery isn't necessarily the cheapest. But that was my standard of like luxury when I first started bullet journaling, was Moleskine. And I like the paper. I like that it has the grid, that it has the dots, that it had the sketchbook. The sketchbook, like the Moleskine sketchbooks, are really, really good. Again, I haven't tried it with a fountain pen, so I'm not entirely sure. But when I compare two notebooks, right? Specifically, like when it comes to mind, the two notebooks that I always end up comparing to each other in terms of like recommending it to somebody is either the Moleskine or the Lordship 1917, right? And I always end up going with the Lordship 1917. Like the 1917 it just feels better. It feels like there's more space. I like the paper quality a little bit better. $20, we're like, oh, nothing to spend $50 for quality. I love Moleskine. I'm working in a sketchbook one right now. The regular isn't for all mediums, but the paper is nice and holds up with gluing and also. Exactly. I don't have qualms with Moleskine. I do enjoy it. Moleskine has a premium price with much less quality than what else is available for the same price. Yeah, I mean they've really established themselves as like a reliable brand, And they too have a variety of notebooks. They have a variety of notebooks you can buy. Not only like the grid and the sketch, but they have like very specific ones. They have like a travel journal, right? They have the little tiny A6s. They have a cooking journal that has like a space for ingredients. I found one where you could grade like chocolate. They have plenty of covers that you can pick from, like a lot of options. I have like a bunch from the City series, like superhero ones, video game versions. Like Moleskine has variety. There's a lot of different chances for you to find something that you like within the Moleskine ecosystem. So I'm gonna place it B tier. I don't think it's as good as Lordstrom in terms of quality for the price, bang for your buck, but it's a good notebook. It's a good notebook. I would definitely say that, if somebody's starting out from that, I would recommend it. I have no problem recommending it. And the Lordship bullet journal paper is thicker. The bullet journal original. Yes, it is thicker. It is thicker. I believe it. Well, the 2.0 at least is 120 compared to the 80 from the original. Passport size or regular size if you had to choose your first hand. Like full sized for sure. So you just have a lot more options with the full size, and I prefer the full size. The Moleskine, I don't think brand name is any reason for making the price overly high. I agree with that, but that comes to like marketing and like brand, brand loyalty, right? So some people are like, brands matter to a lot of people, and I think they're a pretty established brand, and they've established a good reputation for being reliable and a good all-around notebook. How can I say this? Like, we have needs as people who are really into stationery, and we have very specific needs for whatever type of art style you're in, right? It's like impossible for a company to meet everybody's needs all the time, you know? So I think they do a good job of offering as much as they can to a little bit of something for everyone. The Moleskine watercolor journal is nice. Yes, I do have the watercolor journal, and it is nice. It really does work super, super nice. That's when I was trying to get into watercoloring and stuff like that. I really like it. Regular B tier, but Sketches A. You would put Sketches A, okay. I do like the Sketch. I do. I think I've only had one, so it's hard for me to come back. Yeah, I got the Passport as my original TN, but ended up getting a standard right away. The standard for the Traveler's Notebook, I would recommend first, and then if you really need something smaller or something more on the go, you can throw in a bag or something. I would say get the Passport size. So, the next one that we have is Muji. Have you guys ever used a Muji notebook? We have needs. Yes, you can even watercolor in the Sketch. Oh, really? I didn't include the Sketch here. I probably should have. All right, so Muji, most widely known for like their very minimal aesthetic and their Muji gel pens in terms of like the stationery community. You know, everybody talks about their gel pens. I have them. I love them. But their notebooks, I actually used one of their notebooks for like 6 months as a workout journal that I would just chuck in my backpack. And it was ring bound, or it was spiral bound, and it wasn't that expensive. And I liked it. And my fountain pens work super well in it. I've used a Muji years ago. But what do you guys think? Would you guys? I'm not saying it's top tier, because it's not. It really isn't top tier. But you know, for somebody who's looking for something super like minimal aesthetic, right? Like very minimal kind of vibes, because it looks like it's just a cover, like a brown cover, and then they have, what paper does Muji use actually? Muji is butter, and you can watercolor that thin paper too. That paper surprisingly handles a lot of mediums. Does it? Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what kind of paper they use. Oh, and another good thing, we'll see, like I'm seeing right now, they're really good with fountain pens, but it's like they're recycled notebooks. So if you're really like an eco-friendly kind of person, that's something to take into consideration. But I think they just have their own brand of paper, like Muji paper. Their paper weight is less than 70. I really liked the paper. I really did. It held up super, super well. At least B. I would definitely put it between B and C right now. Like, I'm trying to think. Because like I said, you know, paper is similar to Moleskine. I agree. But with the things that are already in B tier, right? Would you recommend a Muji like notebook over the ones that are already here? No? Not really. Like, what's the best use case for a Muji notebook? Like what's the demographic behind it? You know, who are the people that are using these and buying them? Like, why would they want them? Is it like the aesthetic? Or I was about to say lack thereof, but I guess it is its own aesthetic, or the like whole recycled paper theme of it, you know? No, not everybody has access to a Muji notebook. And that too. I'd recommend on cost if that was a major factor. Okay. But over something like, you know, Amazon Basics is less than $10. Dingbats was only like 15. Like, let me see how much the Muji notebooks are, like $13 from what I could see. And I mean, it all depends on the size too. But in terms of price, like straight from the Muji. Okay, never mind. I can't even see that. Jesus. I would buy Muji over that on Amazon, and it's a low price point. It is a low price point. Okay. You convinced me. I'll place it B tier. It has its merit. I don't like the Amazon basics. Okay. It has its merits. I definitely very much enjoyed it. It was a workhorse of a notebook. Even the spiral part of it held up super, super well. Like, it held up really, really well with me, like, opening it, closing it, chucking it, throwing it, doing all the things to it. It was really good. So I can't be mad. But I couldn't find anything on the type of paper that it has. It looks like it's just like the Muji brand of paper. So that's interesting. I need to do a little bit more research on that, really figure out what kind of paper they use. But okay, so we have a good amount in B tier, a good amount in C tier, nothing else in D tier. But the next one that we have is Northbooks. Has anybody used Northbooks? And if you would like to talk to us about it, please do. Because I do have a Northbooks, and I've used the Northbooks, but I want to see if anybody here has a case for Northbooks. It gives you something that looks very minimal, Asian aesthetic too. Yes, the Muji. Yeah. And I just like Muji as a brand. I think going into the stores is always really, really fun. Evergreen, thank you so much for the subscribe. I really appreciate that. Wow. Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So Northbooks, A5 size. Looks like they're only about $11, right? Their whole like thing is the fact that they're like eco-friendly and about 90 GSM. I didn't care for Northbooks. Like a lot of the reasons that I haven't made reviews on a lot of these notebooks, which eventually I will, I guess, was because they were just very generic notebooks. I would just keep repeating myself over and over and over in these reviews if I'm just talking about the same shit all the time. Joke's on you, Jess. Traveler's Journal is S tier. It's just a really shitty picture that I picked. But it's S tier. It's S tier. All right. You know, I'm surprised you're not into. You should get into the Traveler's like journal, Jess. I feel like it could really fit your aesthetic. Like, you can do a lot with it. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I think it could be really good. But Northbook, I'm just gonna put it C tier. Nothing remarkable, nothing crazy. They do have soft cover, hard cover, 90 GSM paper. The paper quality was like very dull white. It wasn't even a cream. It wasn't a bright white. Kind of shitty. I had problems with the dots and the dot journals. It feels like it were just super like misaligned. Like if you opened up the notebook, they would never line up. That was my experience with my Northbook. I don't want to support the company. So much leather. You're right. Okay, fair enough. It is all leather. It's all very authentic leather. But I have looked at Etsy alternatives. Yeah, you can find a faux Traveler's Journal. Like the one, I have one, like a faux one that the system still doesn't take away from the system. The system's still really good and you could use the inserts. But there's some really cool and creative ones out there. For sure. What else about the Northbooks do I have to say? That's about it. There's nothing much to say about the notebook. So another one. Boom. Okay. Notebook Therapy. I like Notebook Therapy. I think they're a pretty good journal. You know, when I think of like luxury-esque brands for the journal and the quality and the build of the journals, they're pretty high up there. They're pretty high up there. Was driving before, not driving now. Another beef I have with TN is the cover is expensive for what it is. That's one of the reasons, you know, against it. The cover itself, they're pretty expensive. But I wouldn't want to buy their inserts either, since I don't want to support the company as a whole. You could definitely find alternatives for sure, though. Like, just, you could find inserts from different companies easily. Uses those super cool cork covers. But I'm sure people make inserts on Etsy too, for sure. I gotta stop shopping during your streams. I was searching the neighborhood for an Amazon package back in time for notebook therapy. So I genuinely like notebook therapy. If I wasn't using Archer and Olive, the next notebook that I would probably go down to is notebook therapy. I feel like it has really, really good, really good quality paper. They're just kind of like the standard of good notebooks. Like, I really enjoy them, and the covers are like minimal, they're cute. The company in general, if you're looking for like that Asian aesthetic, they have plenty of stickers, they have plenty of like little doohickeys, you know. At Ethereal, I used to buy my covers secondhand to prevent me buying anything newly made and creating demand, says Amy. Oh, I give notebook therapy an F because their washi tape sets of 8 washi tapes, $40, and that's some kind of cruelty to washi lovers. It's expensive, but they do market themselves as a luxury brand in general. So I can't be mad, and you know, if there's demand for it and people are buying it, like, I can't be mad at it. It is a little expensive, but I can't even talk about something being too expensive when I'm spending $50 like on the cover, or like $36 to $40 on a regular bound book, an Archer and Olive notebook, you know. I really like the look of these cork covers. I got the new limited edition boba one, and oh my god, it's so beautiful. I had to see it. I didn't see it. But notebook therapy is A for me. I'm placing notebook therapy A. I think that would be the alternative for me. That would be the one that I would buy. I prefer the TN covers to Archer and Olive. Yeah, me too. But like, you know, it definitely has its cons. It's not perfect, but it's there. I'm standing by the Archer and Olive being up there. Now, the next one, they're called Nuna, Nuuna. Have you guys ever used a Nuna notebook? Because these are interesting. So, specifically the one I bought, right? They're expensive, dude. Expensive is subject to individuals. When we think a $10 pen is expensive, when somebody else spends a $200. Yeah, I agree. I'm just talking like general terms, you know. Never pocket watching. You do what you want with your money, what you want to do, you know. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Notebook therapy covers over Archer and Olive. Ooh, that is a big I would put them as equals. That's why they're in the same tier. I really would put them as equals. They're interchangeable in a sense. Like, if I had one or the other, it wouldn't take away from my experience or my journaling habits. I wouldn't mind. I really wouldn't mind. I would recommend both to somebody, and then really just break it down to preference, and see what they looked. Now, okay, the Nuna that I bought is exactly the picture here. It's the Milky Way, right? Dude, it's $38 for this Nuna notebook, right? And let's see, it's 120 grams, like that's the weight. 256 pages. It is thick books. Mine came bent for some reason, like it was like weirdly bent. It sucked. But the binding, one, it never stayed open. Like, it was fucking terrible. There is no way in hell I would ever recommend this for $38 to anybody. The graphics and the designs are pretty dope, but Jesus, dude, it's like, yeah, they don't lay flat well. And then the binding in the back, when you crack it open, it's like breaking the spine of a like regular book. Like, you hear it crack and lack and back, and it like creases the binding, so when you close it, it still feels all creasy and messed up. I feel like it's not even, the adhesive isn't even well placed. I have my complaints about the Nuna notebook, but there's people that love it. I don't think it's a good like quality. It's flimsy. It came bent. I would actually, I don't know if this is fucked up, but I really can't recommend this to anybody. Like, why would you use this notebook? You know, like, let me just see the reviews. Let me see the reviews on what people say on Amazon. Not 5mm dot space notebook. It doesn't lay flat. Damn. Do you guys really, do people really pay attention to the way the dots are spaced like that critically? I've never ever measured the notebook, the dot spacing in a journal before. Holy shit. A mediocre at best. Agreed. Definitely not worth almost $40. I'll tell you that much. All right then. Where did you get the Nuna? Nuuna? I bought it from Amazon. That's where I bought mine from. A lot of these notebooks I've just straight up bought from Amazon because it was just easier to get them. But yeah, it's a personal preference thing. I literally have an art journal on my shelf right next to my notebook therapy. Yeah, I do. Dude, the Bujo community is hardcore about the dot spacing. Really? It's that important to you guys? I've never, maybe subconsciously I've taken it into consideration, but I don't think I've ever, like, I think I'll notice some kind of abnormality, you know, like if they're very like spaced out, like heavy, then I'll definitely notice it. But for the most part, I have never had a problem with a notebook being like, I don't know. I didn't know it was like such a topic of discussion or even of consideration when buying a notebook. That's good to know. That is good to know. Like, the things, I've said this before, the things that are important to me in a notebook is that it lies flat, or has the ability to lie flat, has the dot like option, but I've never considered spacing, and fountain pen friendly now. So that's really what I'm looking for. I have never paid attention. Me either. I really haven't. Like, that's interesting that people like 5mm dot or grid spacing, nothing else. Oh, damn, Amy, damn. I didn't know it was like that. All right, the next one we have is Paperage. That's just a notebook. It's Paperage. They had a lot of nice colors. It's pretty cheap. It's not bad. You know, it's just one of those other. It's just another brand doing the same shit on Amazon or wherever you want to fucking buy it. Paperage. It's baba. You know, it's whatever. So the next one, Hobonichi's too small. It's 3.7mm. Okay, well, now that you bring in Hobonichi, yeah, it is tiny. I guess now that you're putting that in my head, you're right. The grid spacing on Hobonichi is very tiny. It is very small. But I typically like to write small. But this is a little bit smaller than I am actually used to. I guess grid spacing or the dot spacing does matter. Interesting. Never took it into consideration. So now I will. Thanks, guys. Now I'm just gonna be super critical about my notebooks. not that I'm not, but damn. This notebook, I don't know if you guys, I hope you guys would have heard of it. It's called the Poluma notebook. And this is seriously one of the best notebooks I have ever used. Like, the 1,750 5-star ratings, that it's not a joke. It's not a joke. This, for the price of $6.99, dude. This notebook is fire. It's so good. You're speaking gibberish. I don't know what half of these things are. Oh my god. I don't know what to even, honestly, It's just good, dude. It's just good. It's like hardcover bound. It's got good paperweight. It's like a bright white. I haven't had any problems with like fine liners, the Crayola super tips, Tumbos. You know, when I was doing my swatches, the mild liners are nice. You can overwork the fuck out of the paper. What do I mean by overwork? You can run with like multiple Tumbos like over the same piece of paper, like that same part of the page, and you're not going to have to worry about you like crumbling the paper and the paper kind of coming off into pieces, right? But yeah, just look up Poluma, so Poluma, and you can find it on Amazon. It's $6.99, and genuinely for the price, this is A tier. Like, I really, really recommend it. I would be so close to putting it S tier if it wasn't just like a notebook, essentially. But yeah, it really meets the standards of all these guys here. It really does. Great paper quality, great build quality, comes hardcover, it's the faux leather, feels nice, looks good, plenty of color options, it's cheap, right? It's really good. It's really good for the price. It seems like, yeah, and a good content bujo. I love it. I love it. Yeah, so I'm putting that A tier, boys. We got that in A tier. All right. Dang, that is inexpensive. It really is. And it's got its reputation around the bullet journal community, I promise. Like, there's a lot of people around that use it. BRB, no worries, Jess. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there's a lot of people that use it, and like, why wouldn't you? You can re-up on these whenever you want. You always have them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy. It's so easy to use and like to buy. I couldn't recommend it enough. I would recommend this over the Artist Loft, to be honest. What book was that? Like, Homer wasn't paying attention. No worries, it's the Poluma, Poluma. You know, and like, let me see what people say about it. Exceptional value, great quality at a reasonable price. Glad I bought this as my first bullet journal. Finally found the best notebook for journaling. Quality paper, lays flat, and the lays flat is so important to me. It really, really is so important to me. So yeah, the next one is Rhodia. So I think on my last one I placed it as B tier, but now with the fountain pen life and everything, it's still B tier. But I do use Rhodia paper specifically for my pen pal letters, for my fountain pens. Super fountain pen friendly paper. And other than that, yeah, it's pretty good. It's okay. They got a little different, you know, bunch of little different things going for them, but it's B tier. Rhodia is B tier because I did the comparison. I prefer the scribbles that matter. I do prefer the scribbles that matter in almost every aspect of the. In every aspect, the build quality is better. The designs look a little bit cooler. A whole bunch of different colors. The paper quality is heavier. It's brighter, and it's still fountain pen friendly, and that's surprising because Scribbles That Matter has like the 160 version and the 120 version. I think they were 120 and then went up to 160, but I think the correlation that I'm starting to make now is like the heavier the paper, the worse it is with fountain pens. I'm not really sure why, but that's what I'm starting to notice. It's like, okay, heavy paper kind of sucks. Like, heavy paper is not great for fountain pens. So, Amy, you should try Clairefontaine paper. I have. That's actually here. I think. Wait, which one is it? Yeah, this green one right here is the Clairefontaine paper or the Clairefontaine notebook, and that is also a very, very good notebook. But Scribbles That Matter is A tier too. Scribbles That Matter is an A tier. And the only reason I'm not putting the Rhodia next to the Scribbles That Matter is because I do think the Scribbles That Matter is a better notebook than the Rhodia. Even though I really like the Rhodia now, especially with everything that's going down, you know what I'm saying? The whole fountain pen part of it. But yeah. Okay, so Stalogy, you know what I'm saying? Does anybody here use Stalogy? It's also like a Japanese brand. It's very, very similar to like the Hobonichi kind of stuff. So not that crazy expensive, about $15 to $18 for the Stalogy notebook, right? Let me see what else. Where is it? A bunch of pages, 368 pages. And oh, look, they have a Moleskine limited edition Sakura. I might have to get that. Anyway, the comparison that I bought this notebook for was to compare it to the Hobonichi, because they're both like Japanese brands, and that was like it was like Hobonichi versus Stalogy, right? So it's not as good. I agree, it's not as good as the Hobonichi. It's okay, don't get me wrong, it's okay, but it's definitely not as good in all of the aspects. But now I have to actually start looking at like grid spacing and dot grid spacing, because I didn't even know that was the thing I should be looking for. I haven't really compared that. I use Stalogy. It's nice for fountain pens and markers. It is pretty good. It is pretty good for fountain pens and markers in general, but it is relatively thin paper. So, if you're not a fan of thin paper, it might not be the notebook for you, because I know I wasn't. And now it's a very like case by case like scenario where sometimes I like thicker paper, sometimes I like thinner paper. That's why I kept my bullet journal as a thicker paper notebook, because I'm very arts and crafty with my bullet journal. But in terms of like my everyday writing, my personal, I use something a lot thinner, like the Japanese like Tomoe River paper, or like the Midori paper, because it's just a better writing experience. I've used Stalogy. It's not bad. Paper quality is good, well constructed, lots of sizes. Yes, there is lots of sizes. So they have the A5, the A6, the B5, and the B6. They have a good amount of options. In terms of designs and like aesthetic, it's almost zero. Like they have shitty options. It's a very, very like student, like I'm a student in a university, have a notebook kind of thing. Stalogy is 5mm. Okay, cool. I don't like watercolor. Oh, why? What happens with the watercolor, Nikki? Like, does it seep through? Doesn't hold the color well? What happens with the watercolor? Because like I never really go into. It's not my preferred medium of choice. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that I don't test for when I do my reviews, and I probably should more often. But not as good as the Hobonichi, and since Hobonichi is A tier, I don't even think it's as good as these. I think it's just a little generic. It's got the fact that it's Japanese. That's what it's got going for it. Watercolor dries weird. I don't know. Paper seems weird after. It's all right. I'm gonna put it C tier. So the next one that we have is the Strathmore sketchbook. Now the Strathmore sketchbook, I don't know if you guys have ever used the Strathmore brand, but they have a bunch of notebooks, like mostly the flip over sketchbooks or spiral bound sketchbooks, but I actually used it like as a bullet journal for a period of time. It was a soft cover, and the cover was a weird like faux leather that dented very easily. Like you can imprint your nail on it and it would leave the indentation and the marks. So I hated the cover, but the paper quality, I think this was my first introduction to heavier paper, because I believe the paper is 120, but hold on. Let me make sure. So yeah, specifically the one that I had, it was a mixed media journal. It was 120, the Strathmore sketchbook that I had. It was my first introduction to heavier paper from the Lordship and the Moleskines that I was used to using. So I really enjoyed the process, but the cover really killed it for me. I know they have hard cover and soft cover and paper cover, but this one was like the stupid leather cover where if you put anything against it, it was stuck there forever. Regardless, I really can't recommend it. If you're a sketch artist and you use like Copic markers and stuff. It was great for that. And for any kind of mixed media, it was really good. But in terms of like, would you want your bullet journal in here? Not really. So boop. It's funny, I'm actually not a notebook nerd at all. My current art journal is a repurposed planner from 2012. Oh, see, I mean, that's great. I really appreciate the people that can repurpose their notebooks. I'm gonna be honest, because I cannot. Like, I feel like once I start a notebook or a journal with a specific subject or topic in mind, even if I don't finish it, I'll like retire it. And if I ever want to come back to that subject or that topic, then I just, use it again. But it's hard for me to just use a journal for multiple purposes. That's awesome if you can do that. Seriously, like, congrats. I always cover my books that have cardboard covers. Okay. Now, this one is the Clairefontaine. The Clairefontaine quality of the paper puts it, I'd put it B tier. It is so good. It is so, and the price, I actually don't remember how much they were. Oh, not even here. Sounds fancy. It was good. It was a cheap price, for the paper quality that it was. It has like a weird kind of like cover though. It's almost like that Strathmore cover that I'm talking about, but it had its elastic band. It had everything that you're looking for in a notebook, but it was really, 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 really good with almost everything that I threw at it. Like, the paper quality was really, really good. I'm assuming it's good with fountain pens. Amy says it's not bad with fountain pens, right? I haven't been able to try it with fountain pens, but with the markers that I threw at it, it was fine. And the new marker that I need to start trying on notebooks when I start doing my reviews are the acrylographs. I haven't really used the acrylographs on anything other than Archer and Olive because those tips are rough. The tips are rough. Like, they're hard. So like on thinner paper, you're running the risk of like leaving an indent or like an imprint of whatever you're working with, and I don't really want to run that risk with the acrylographs. Like, they're dope, but they're not that dope. I feel like I have an Archer and Olive journal that I set up as a food diary, and I never use it, but I feel weird repurposing it, even though I probably should. Exactly. I just feel weird about like repurposing it. Like, I like compartmentalizing. Why was I struggling with that? Compartmentalizing my stuff. Okay. Why do I struggle with that word? I can't say it fast. Say that 5 times. Compartmentalizing. I can't say that fast. Leo, hello, happy Sunday. Welcome. Good to see you here. Oh, you chose violence today. Why? To be honest, put Amanda Rachel Lee C tier. C tier, really? Why? What didn't you like about it? Clairefontaine, I've heard good paper for fountain pens. Yeah, that's what Amy says. Clairefontaine is made for fountain pens. It's super coated paper. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I know the paper quality was great. I was really hoping that it would be good for fountain pens, so thank you for confirming that. I'll keep it B tier. I've been using acrylographs a lot more frequently lately, and I hate when they split up at my page and splatter. Yeah, they spit up, right? Like, if you're not really gentle with it and like it scrapes against the paper, it just like busts a nut like all over your stuff, and it's just like, you're just like, dude, this is so frustrating. Compartmentalize. There's not an E somewhere in there. Compartmentalize. Is that not a word? Okay, hold on. Wait, am I being stupid? To compartmentalize something. Compartmentalize. I'm struggling, boys. I'm struggling. Yo, you guys are fucking me up, man. I know it's a word. Don't play with me. Compartmentalize. Oh, there is nothing in between. There's not? Let me just hear it.
Compartmentalize.
What did this bitch just say to me?
Compartmentalize.
Compartmentalize. That's not right. That's not right. That's not... No, she's wrong. The cover quality, the stitching isn't that great if you want to do watercolor compared to Archer and Olive. Not tight enough, but that's just me. I think she's a queen though. Oh, see? And that's why I wanted to do this like live. Like I said, I didn't really use watercoloring, so the stitching must definitely be important when it comes to that. Well, that's why Archer and Olive is above it. But in general, for most mixed media, it's not a bad journal. How you're adding an extra syllable. Tick, tick. Shut up! Hold on.
Compartmentalize.
Compartmentalize. Dude, that sounds wrong. That word gets me too. Compartmentalize. Compartmentalize? That's way easier than what I was saying. Compartmentalize. Oh. I've been saying that wrong my entire life. I want you guys to know that. I've been around engineers saying that fucking word completely wrong for my entire life. I thought there was an A in there or an E. Do you see why I can't have a spelling bee? Because I've been saying compartmentalize. Why you guys let me be out here be stupid, bro? Like, yo. You sound like a Russian 80-year-old. Compartmentalize. It's a Spanish thing. I say it that way too. Bro. You guys are letting me walk out in public like this? Like, what's wrong with you? Making me sound like I'm dumb. Like, yeah, what do you want to do? I want to compartmentalize. Okay. I'm sorry. Don't use my English for anything, you know? I'm going to just start using hand gestures like box, put in, close it, in sections, together, two separate entities because it's divided. That's how I'm just going to start explaining shit, you know? Compartmentalize. You never listen to me. Compartmentalize. I know. I'm not adding the extra EAHW that I'm adding into it. It's all right. Bro, we fixed it for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Compartmentalize. It's not really solidified until I could say it fast 5 times. I need to look at it. Compartmentalize. I'm good. Oh, it's not carp lentil eyes. Compartmentalize. All right, we're good. Now you can go out in the streets again. Tail eyes. Right. We're good. We're Gucci. We're Gucci Bucci, easy peasy lemon squeeze me, bro. Damn, that is one of the hardest words I have ever heard. I can say supercalifragilistic. I can't say it. Never mind. I fucking guess I can't. Yo, what is that? My like rip, hydrate, redeem. Yeah, where'd that go? Oh, it popped. That's fine. That's fine. Really, evergreen. Really, dude. Like, come on. Like, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. All right, I want you to know that. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Yeah. All right. Hydrating. Perfect. Anyway. Oh man, I got it on my Harry Potter shirt. Anyway, I'm never saying that word again. Okay, I'm never ever saying that word again because I have no. Anytime that. Oh, why did I close that? Anytime somebody asks me, I'll be like, "Yo, just break it up into sections." Yeah, bro, just break it up into sections and put them separately or some shit. You know. Thanks to this 5-hour journal review, I finished half of my October spread. Yay! I still feel like I can't say it right. I'm avoiding that word. I'm avoiding it forever. Like, what's another word that's difficult? You know, there's plenty of words that I feel like I can't say correctly, and that's one of them. Hey man, can you hey bro, yeah, can you just like put that in separate boxes? Can I what? Yeah, you know, put like a division in it and compartmentalize. It feels like that game. What's that game, Washi? Is it Mad Gab? That's what it feels like. I've done nothing except put my sticky club packs into their new binder. Yo, because this is a hot topic, you know? Out here talking about real things that matter. All right. Macy Lane Co. I absolutely loved it. Use it as my personal journal. Not as good as Archer and Olive. I actually put it as S tier before because I thought it was great paper, but then I used it with fountain pens, and I don't think they're really improving on their paper quality. But other than that, it lied flat. It was very thick, much thicker than anything I've ever used before. It had faux leather, and you can get it like embossed with your like words of choice. And mine said like that journaling guy, do it every day, you know, that's kind of like the thing that I went, but I really like this. I'm gonna put it A tier. So that is it today. That is the tier maker that we have. So we're gonna go over it real quick. Ready? Say anti-disestablishmentarianism. Oh shit, hold on. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Why did I think anti-establishmentarianism? That tarianism was fucking me up right here. What are you marinating? Oh, I hate you. Yeah, I don't like it. No, anti-disestablishmentarianism. There we go. I got it. Boom. I'm ready for the spelling bee. Can you use it in a sentence? All right. So the old tier list that I had, and we'll do a side-by-side comparison. Boop. Let me actually open it in a different tab so I don't fuck up. But this is it. All right, your tier list is wrong, but it's fine. All right, so in S tier, it is the Traveler's Journal. A tier, we have Archer and Olive, Artist Loft, the Hobonichi, the Lordship 1970, Notebook Therapy, the Poluma, the Scribbles That Matter, and the Macy Lane Co. B tier, we got Amanda Rach Lee, the Amazon Basics, Dingbats, Moleskin, Muji, Rhodia, and the Clairefontaine Notebook. In C tier, which is kind of ass, but not really, but it's a little assy. We've got the Dotted Journal, we got Field Notes, we've got the Linoam, we've got the Littlemore, we've got the Minimalism, the North books, the Paperage, the Stalogy, and the Strathmore books. And in D tier, we have the Composition and the Nuna. I want to see how this changed. Give me 1 second. I feel like it has changed. But it's because you wanted to join the cult. So I get, listen, Jess, all right? I'm trying it out for a year, you know? It might not be my thing. It all depends on how it goes this year. It is a little bit of an investment. I've already invested a little bit into it. But, you know, you got to expand your horizons, you know? I love that Poluma and Artist Loft are A tier. Low price, but solid. Definitely solid, man. It's very, very solid. I genuinely enjoy it. So, now, oh my god, the beard that I had in this video, Jesus, that was only like that was this year. What is going on? You want me to be the only one on the island? I get it. Oh, wait, you don't want to try Hobonichi, Jess? You should try Hobonichi. Oh, shit. Please don't reset. Let me take a picture of this because I feel like there's a reset button here and I don't want to fuck it up. So, that didn't help. I guess let's just look at it. Okay, wow, things have changed. Kick me from the stationary brew team. I'm used to feeling all alone. It's fine. Okay, guys, holy shit. So things have changed. All right, so let me go here. No, not full screen. And then this is the one we have now. So let's go boop. Let me go here. Let me go here. All right. Yeah, things have changed. Come to the dark side. Hobonichi, it's the same company as Traveler's Notebook. Damn. When you say it like that, jeez, you're not wrong. But jeez. Okay, in my old tier list, okay, I had, oh my god, I had a lot more S tier. I guess I've gotten way pickier, right? Because I have Archer and Olive, the 1917, the Midori, all right, the Traveler's Journal made it. I had Notebook Therapy, Scribbles That Matter, and Macy Lane Co. as S tiers. I had them as S tier. And then now we only have the Traveler's Journal as S tier. In your last video, you trashed Tomoe River Paper. I didn't care about the hype, you know. For honestly, for somebody who's not into fountain pens or likes the thin paper, Tomoe River Paper is trash. Like, for what? Why do I give a fuck about it? You know, you don't. Like, it's hard to get somebody into like convincing them why Tomoe River Paper matters if they're not gonna, if they don't need it, if they don't use something that needs it. Like, why would you ever prefer like way thinner paper if you're doing watercolor or heavy like pasting and stuff like that? You just wouldn't. So I didn't get the hype. I didn't care for the hype. I was like, all right, Tomoe River Paper is important, cool, a lot of people like it because of that, whatever. But because this is a very like personal list, obviously you guys aren't going to agree 100%. Since I'm really into fountain pens now, I am looking for the optimal writing experience to use my fountain pens in, and it matters now, right? I mean, to each their own. Exactly, to each their own. Exactly. Like, S tier is Archer and Olive. Okay, bye. We don't need boogie pens. Okay, I want to change it. I do want to put Archer and Olive S tier. I still can't change it from S tier. Like, as much as I'm picking on it and the stuff, I still do really believe in it. I still really believe in it. You know? I respect everyone's differences. Yes, yeah. My stationery list would be so different. But also like giving you shit. So, well, Leo, I would love for you to do this on your stream. I would love for you to give this a try. And like, I know you've tried a bunch of stuff and you are like a legit like painter, like an artist. You're looking for something different out of these notebooks than I am. This specifically was for bullet journaling, like, you know, and people, I tried to be as unbiased about these as I possibly could and to look at the most use cases that people would be using these notebooks for, right? So, yeah. I hated TP at first too. I can live without it, but I love the weeks as a planner. If Hobonichi went away, I'm just planning the Traveler's Notebook. Yeah. Yay, Archer and Olive. Yes, you do one too. I would love to see, Jess, how you do it. Maybe I'll think about doing it. You should. You really should. I'd love to hear like your perspective on it, because like I said, we're both like, we're looking for different things in our notebooks, right? So this is still a very personal choice. Like your notebook is still very much up to what you're looking for. But I try to be as like explain this as broadly as I can, right? But okay, let's see. In A tier, I had the Amanda Rach Lee in A tier before. I had the Dingbats in A tier. I had the Moleskin A tier. The Paluma still made it A tier. Nice. And the Rhodia A tier. My A tier now is the Artist Loft. The Hobonichi. Where did I place Hobonichi? B tier before. I placed it B tier. Okay. And the Macy Lane Co. is no longer S. It's A tier. Artist Loft went up to A from B. Right. So that's pretty good. See, things change, you know, tastes change. We all evolve in our art journey, you know. Plotter. I haven't tried Plotter. So many people have used Plotter. I've seen so much about it. I unfortunately haven't tried it. And it's expensive, dude. Plotter is expensive, man. Getting into Plotter, I absolutely love how it looks, but I don't have the money to really get into that system right now. This is fun to witness. There are so many journals and notebooks I've never even heard of. Is Notebook Therapy in there? Yes, it is. Notebook Therapy here is A tier. It used to be S tier, but it's A tier now. I would agree with that, although some of their non-linen covers are so different. Well, plotter bullet journaling, that would be different. Yeah, exactly. It's so expensive. It hurts. Like, oh, what was it? Like, just the with a cover, I think. I was watching, like, Brad's stream on it. It was like, that alone is like $150. That's... man, I don't know how I could. That'd be rough for me, you know. Well, let's see what else we got. C tier, a lot more in my C tier. So the Clever Fox is C tier now. Field Notes, which used to be B tier, is now C tier. Little More used to be B, is now C. It's like everything moved down a tier, you know. I mean, I use it for work, and for my work, I would say A tier. For what, plotter? I have an old Franklin Cove, and I'm going to be putting my plotter in it when the US website is up. Hold on. Barry Palette, hello. You caught me on the tail end. I apologize. Well, hello. I'm glad to see you here. What's up? I'm going to drop money on station. It'll be stickers and washi. $30 on a notebook is enough for me. Yeah, man. Like these, the plotter was a little bit aggressive in their pricing. You know, the William Hanna notebooks are $200. $200. Fuck, man. Jesus, that notebook better wash my car or something. Sheesh. I'm off here, y'all. It's like 5 a.m. here. Have a great rest of your stream. Thanks, Amy. I really appreciate you hanging out today. Thank you so much for chatting it up, and I hope you enjoyed the video and the stream. So have a good rest of your day and a good week, and I will see you. Peace. Yeah, plotter. I tried to be very objective with it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would really need to see it to believe it, you know, have it in my hand, set it up a little bit, maybe try to use it. But why did the music stop? You guys don't want to just hear my voice. Jesus. All right. But yeah, it's... Nope, never. I mean, if I end up a baller, maybe. Yeah, right? Like, maybe if I'm balling, I'm talking like, you know, easy 30K a month type balling, then maybe. But even then, it's rough. I mean, personal finance is personal. But I'm too broke. And the $200 notebooks. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that on a personal level. So D tier, I actually put the minimalism page as a C tier instead of a D tier, so that went up. Paperage, still C. The Strathmore, I put Strathmore as B tier before. Nah, man, I think I've tried out way too many notebooks, and like what I'm trying to do is just expand it so much more. This is the most accurate tier maker now. This is what we got. Is there anything that you guys, well, I mean, like, should I change something here? Like, what would be your reasoning if I should change something from here? So we got two S tiers. We got the Traveler's Notebook and then Archer and Olive. Do you think something deserves to be lowered or higher on your guys' experience? The price on the Traveler's Notebook, everything I wanted to add, like, added up to 150. Did not purchase. Yeah, I mean, the Traveler's Notebook could get because I bought two, but I haven't used them yet. Hobonichi is S for me. Anything Tomoe Raver paper is my jam. I really can't put it S. Like I just can't, because it just doesn't work. Like for a lot of things, there's a lot of things that, you know, have me wary about it. And I mean, like I said, it's still a very new system to me. I used to use the Graph notebook a lot that I had, and then I bought another one. I can't put an S tier. It's a great system, a great notebook. I love everything that it can do, but the notebook itself just doesn't feel durable. It doesn't feel careful with it. And if I decide not to be careful with it, I have to pay in order to make it, like, protect it and to make it more durable, you know? Nah, I can't put it S tier. I can't, boys and girls, I can't. But all right, I think this is the finished tier list. I think this is what we got. I'm happy with it. Things have changed. A lot of things have changed, to be honest. Except S tier. S tier remained pretty much the same. Hobonichi really moved up. But yeah. When I see other people and people stream, the paper drives me a little crazy, but the layouts and stuff are so cool. I agree, man. The layouts is really what got me. It's like Instagram heard, like, hey, you know, we kind of heard you might be interested in this, and then blah, 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 everybody was just buying them, and I was like, fuck, I need to give it a try. And so here we are, and now I'm trying to make it look cool and use stickers. It's honestly gotten me interested in stickers. Like, I never gave a fuck about stickers. I really didn't, especially for my Archer and Olive stuff. Like, why? I can just draw my own shit. But now with like these Hobonichis and stuff, people are using sticker kits and like weekly kits for their weeks, and stickers like are crazy. You know, like stickers are awesome now. I love stickers. For your uses, it would not work. I just straight write onto more river paper. Fair enough. On the other hand, at the rate I'm going, I use 3 Archer and Olive notebooks a year, so that's like $100 for the year. Shrugs. That's not bad. It's not like for us, you know, God forbid we have an outsider, like $100 a notebook. What the fuck is wrong with you? No, but $100 isn't bad. Like, I was watching people like on Discord put up what they bought for their Hobonichi stuff. Easily, I know it's a one-time a year purchase, but they were spending like $300, $400, $500. You know, the most expensive purchase I saw somebody post on Discord was like $1,000 worth of Hobonichi stuff, and it was like the covers, the notebooks, the pencil boards, the stickers, the bands. It was like, oh fuck, man, it's hard. Is the Artist Loft is premium? It's the only premium product they have, Darian. I swear to God, it's the only thing I will ever recommend from fucking Archer and Olive with a burning passion. Hey, Archer and Olive, or not, I mean Artist Loft. Hey, Artist Loft, if you ever see this, look me in the eyes. I fucking hate you, okay? Don't ever even look in my direction. I will spit on you. But, yeah, their notebooks aren't bad. I would recommend their notebooks, especially for a beginner. Very easy recommendation. It's pretty accessible everywhere at every Michaels too, so would do pretty good on that. I love collage bujo setups though. In Archer and Olives, yeah, I like them a lot more than sticker decorated planner aesthetic personally. Well, I thought so too, but I have seen some beautiful Hobonichi like sticker setups, and some just beautiful watercolor. Like, I'm trying to get now into watercolor in my like Midori paper and my like Hobonichis with my little Windsor like watercolor set. But shit, man. All right, guys. So this honestly took way longer than I thought it was going to, but we talked, we hung out. I really appreciate you guys being here for Stationery Sunday. You know, not everybody's gonna agree with the tier list, the new tier list. That's fine. You know, it is what it is. But I definitely think it has evolved. Maybe in 2 years, if there's ever a new company that comes out, a breakout company, we'll give them a try too. But I'm happy with my list right now, and I'd love to see somebody else try it. You know, I'd love to see what somebody else uses their journals and why it's important for them. But yeah, it was a fun stream. Thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate you guys being here. A few announcements. We are starting the book club the 1st of October. It's called the Normally Productive Book Club. So if you want to join the Discord, check out what books we're using and download the Google Calendar to see when we're starting. We're going to have live book club discussions here on Twitch and on YouTube. So it's going to be a Friday after 2 weeks. We're going to read 2 books a week. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. I'm really excited about that. Also, our next Pen Pal cycle starts October 13th. So, you know, plan for that. But 1 week until the pen show here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. This was pure joy. Thank you for the stream. No, seriously. Thank you for subscribing, Evergreen. I really appreciate that. Everyone has their opinions, but only mine are right. Oh, man. All right. When are we watching Two Towers? This Friday, we will watch Two Towers. I will make the Discord announcement tonight, this Friday, 6 p.m. to like 10 p.m. Eastern time. I will be hosting a Discord movie night where we're going to watch the second Lord of the Ring movies. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So, you know, Jess is going to kill me if I don't watch it. She's probably going to just like smack me up. But we are going to have a movie night, and we're going to start having game nights and stuff on the Discord. So definitely make sure you join that. All right, we have a really cool little community in there, and I'm having lots of fun like interacting with everybody. So thank you guys so much. I'm glad you didn't do it last Friday. I thought I missed it. No, I didn't do it. Unfortunately, something came up for me too. But thank you, honestly, so much for hanging out. I will catch you guys on Wednesday for our regularly scheduled productivity stream, and we'll come out and hang out, get some work done. All right. So thank you guys for